round. United Texas town. About to shack outside the game. And you know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that home out on the range. They got a lot of nice girls. I'm racing. Well, here it's fine if you got the time and the chance to get yourself in. And here is time almost every night. But now I might be mistaken.
That and that real park, yeah.
Listen to the wind blow, watch And welcome out to Delta High School, where tonight the Bryan Golden Bears go on the road for week number 2 against the Panthers of Delta here on the Golden Bears Sports Network, presented by BMU. Chris Malenga alongside Coach Brandon Fisher. And Fish, Bears did not look so hot last week. A couple of big plays kind of killed them.
Yeah, I think you're going against the team that's picked to win the league. You know, it's not an easy one to start off with. We talked about being excited for that. It helps you get focused, but just a couple big-time plays that Archibald made on 4th down, 3rd down here and there, and then the big kickoff return made it look a lot more lopsided on the scoreboard than what it actually was. So I think there's a lot of optimism. There's a lot of room for improvement. I think all the coaches said that as well this week. So it's excited to get back at it, get that one behind you, and get moving. We are in the Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory pregame show here at Delta. Now, Delta won their first game in the last 17 last Friday night against the Evergreen Vikings. They won 35-7, and you know that was a long streak of no wins, including an 0-10 season last year. Yeah, that's 17 games in the league. They haven't won a league game since 2016, and they finally got one last week. And they've got a lot of guys that are experienced coming back. They've had some low numbers. A lot of guys hurt last year at times where they didn't have many guys to go. So they've got a lot of those guys back. 15 guys that are lettermen returning, and a lot of those guys starters that play both ways. So they're a little bit bigger than what you normally see out of Delta here the last 5 years. And they run that wing tee, the 3 yards in a cloud of dust that Woody Hayes loved for years. They're trying to keep the ball away from the bigger team, the Golden Bears, tonight. Now, the Bryan Golden Bears, as we talked, in our previews for the season, their defensive line is one of their strengths. So it'll be interesting to see this matchup between our defensive line and their offensive line. Yeah, you're talking about a guy in Christian Hollister for Bryan, number 78. We said him constantly on the broadcast last week. One of the bright spots all night. Ended up having 12 tackles against a team like Archibald with Hogreif and Gomez in the backfield. That was really impressive. He was getting Newman out of the pocket all the time, and he's really, really impressive. So they got a big size advantage for the most part on the offensive line going against Delta, but you know, believe it or not, Delta's offensive line averages 220 pounds. Bryan, with all the guys they rotate in, averages about 230. So there's really not a big-time size advantage if you're talking about D-line for Bryan going against their O-line. And the way they are compact and come off the ball and kind of hide the ball with those ball fakes, it's going to be a challenge tonight for the D-line. Can't just pin your ears back necessarily. So it's good, and it's also a very tough offense to prepare for because, again, it's 3 people plus the quarterback that could have the ball, so it's kind of challenging that way. So how do you prepare for that? It's kind of like in college when you talk to these teams. Ohio State, Notre Dame play Navy. It's so hard to get ready for. Now, Delta's not going to run the option all the time like they do, but there are 3 guys wing tee in the backfield, a lot of fakes. Not sure necessarily where the ball's going to go every time, but you really got to focus on the guards. If you're Bryan, the guards for Delta will usually take you to the play. A lot of times they're going to motion a guy, a wing back. Pretty much 90% of the time, that motion guy, that direction that he's going, that's where the ball's going. So they're going to have to key on the guards and key on the motion guy tonight. Absolutely, and the guys that are going to be the keys for them, Josh Treason-Rieger, 6'1", 200-pound junior. He's probably their best running back. And then Max Hoffman, a 5'10", 205-pound senior. Those 2 are probably going to have the bulk of the carries tonight for Delta. Yeah, 23 for Delta was a really good player last week. He runs pretty hard. He's got some bigger guys up front than what they're used to here in the past few years, like we said. And he's just tall enough. He's hard to tackle. Odd to tackle to get a good angle on him, but if there's anything you could say that would be a weakness, he does kind of run a little upright, not a lot of forward lean, not a lot of contact falling forward or yards falling forward like the guys last week had. So I think in that respect, it's going to be a little bit better getting him down to the ground compared to last week. All right, we're getting ready for the coin toss at the middle of the field, and when we come back, we're actually going to talk about the guy that's standing out there calling it for the Bryan Golden Bears, and that is Titus Ford. He was not targeted very much last week, and I think he only ended up with 1 or 2 catches. We're going to do all that when we come back. Right now, we're going to have the Bryan Ford Lincoln Extra Point preview happening.
You're watching Bryan High School football on the Golden Bear Sports Network, presented by BMU.
Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger is a great group of experts with a common goal: to serve the legal needs of this area with the greatest degree of integrity and excellence. Along with that, they respect and support the athletes in tonight's game for their determination and teamwork. An attorney's relationship with their client is like the one between a coach and their player, a position of trust. Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger are proud supporters of all the athletes and wish them continued success always. The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Are you looking for an excellent investment opportunity? AmeriMade Realty has a duplex for sale in downtown West Unity listed for only $69,900. Offering 2 spacious 2-bedroom, 1-bath units, this property has over 2,400 square feet and also offers basement storage, separated utilities, and ample parking. Some updates have been done already, so come check it out and put your money to work for you. Call the AmeriMade Realty team at 636-7653. That's 636-SOLD. AmeriMade Realty, your hometown real estate pro.
At American Family Insurance, they know your life has many moving parts. From your 4 wheels to your hard-earned home and the financial future of your family, they'll cover the things that matter most. Bundle your home and auto policies for possible savings and add life insurance for convenient, future-focused protection so you can keep dreaming towards what's next. For details, contact Danielle Van Atta, agent. Call 419-636-0408 or stop by 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan.
When a loved one passes away, there are all kinds of decisions to make for funeral arrangements.
But one thing you can do now to make it easier on your loved ones is to pick out a memorial. I'm Paul Rohrig at the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio.
And I'm Sally Jo Metzger. We're here to take the burden off of your family with just a conversation.
At Fackler Monument, we feature the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area.
The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924. Check us out online at facklermonument.com.
As we enjoy football this fall, we're reminded that winter isn't that far away. Now's the time to get your furnace checked out, and you can do that with confidence by calling Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services. Take advantage of $25 off on the fall furnace tune-up. Also, if you're looking to purchase a new Lennox system, ask about an offer of up to a $1,350 rebate or 6 months no payments on qualifying Lennox equipment purchased between September 7th and November 27th. For all of your heating and plumbing needs year-round, call Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services today, 1-800-329-40.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, Chris Malanga alongside Coach Grant Redhead. Okay, Coach, you said too much to not enough on the last game against Archbold, huh?
Yeah, you don't need to remind me of the exact score, but, we came out, we played the team picked to win the league, and, the kids played hard. We just made too many mistakes, like young players do. We got a lot of kids. It's their first time in that position, first time on Friday nights, and everybody goes through it without a couple scrimmages to get it all out of our system. It's tough, but they played well. We need to play better. We worked on it all week, and we did it positive. We showed the kids what they have to do, how they need to do it, and when, and what situations they need to execute this technique. So hopefully it pays off on the field.
I think you had a lot of good insight there about you guys played pretty well, and there were just a couple of big plays that kind of gave things away, like the one 4th down play where they had a 4th and long and able to get a touchdown out of it. But then when you guys got in and you scored, and by the way, nice recovery there on the extra point, the snap there, and then tossing that into the end zone, Dylan Dominic, that was huge. But then to give up that kickoff return on the way back, that kind of put a dagger on you right before the half.
Yes, a lot of times with youth, you're mistake prone. We do have enough veterans that, we need to, you can't do that against a good football team like Archbold because they'll make you pay for it. And, we learned a hard lesson. I hope that that's behind us. And, you try not to get too excited because you're talking to 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. And at the end of the day, it is a game. It's not life and death. So we made mistakes. We correct those mistakes. We're working on it. So we'll see how we change.
I just want to ask about one thing, and that's Titus Rohr. He really didn't have much impact on the game. In fact, the one time I think in the first half, he actually caught a ball that was called back on a penalty. Was that Archbold really keying in on him that caused that to happen?
Yeah, they were bound and determined to take him away, and they said, well, you're going to have to run the ball. And, you know, that we struggle with that at times. We had some flashes, but, you know, we've made some changes on the offensive line, made some changes to what we're doing up front. You know, so that should help us. We're also going to move Titus outside, move him inside, do a lot of different things, so they just can't pick out one place that he's at.
So looking at Delta, looking ahead, last year you guys shut them out, I think 33-0. Last year they didn't win a game. In fact, they won Friday night, and it was their first win in 17 games. So they're coming off 1-0 on the season. What do you see from them? When I talked to their coach, he said they had a lot of youth, and so that was the thing he was concerned about on their end.
Well, you know, they are executing their scheme very, very well, which is the wing T, power wing, however you want to describe it. They run a different variant of it. I've ran that offense in the past, and, you know, they're doing a good job executing. They are younger. They got a lot of juniors, but those are the same kids that have started for 2 years. So even though they're a junior, they're a 3-year starter. You know, their junior class is very, very good. But the biggest thing is those kids you can see some confidence in them. You can see them when things don't, you know, go exactly right, they just get back up to the line and run another play. They could be dangerous, you know, and we're going to have to play well, and we're going to have to not make the mistakes we did last week. They don't quite have the athletes and the speed as a DJ Newman or Antonio Cruz, but they're big, they're physical, they kind of lend their, you know, we match up with them really, really well, so we'll see.
You had talked in the first week about your lines being kind of the strength of your team. You think that's going to be most important this week with the wing T offense?
Yeah, I mean, defensive line is definitely a strength. We played well. I had a D tackle with 12 tackles last week.
Yeah,
Christian Hollister, he played well. You know, we need to keep playing well on the defensive line, and hopefully our offensive line is growing up a little bit and has gotten a little seasoning in this, and we're going to execute better. You know, that's been an area for the last 5 years, and even before I even got here, that we've got to develop these linemen and get them to step and do the things that are, you know, important. I mean, I was an offensive lineman. We were the worst athletes on the field. So we have to be technically sound in everything we do to be good.
What do you see as the game plan against their defense?
Well, against their defense, we got mismatches with our skill kids. Their strength is in their defensive line, so we don't match up there well, but they don't match up with us well with the way we throw the ball. So, you know, that's a plus. And, you know, last year we were able to run and throw. You know, this year, as long as we can do one well, we can get out on them.
Any final thoughts for this game?
No, you know, hey, week 2, and we're still playing, you know, and I hope I'm saying this, week 10, week 11. You know, we're looking forward to it, you know, and just going to play a good football team and play ball.
All right, Coach, best of luck this Friday at Delta, and we'll be back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
It has certainly not been a normal summer here at Bryan Ford Lincoln, but we've adapted, and we look forward to even better times ahead. The 2021s are arriving, and that means exciting new vehicles like the new family of Ford Broncos and the all-electric Mustang Mach-E. While they're not in stock yet, we have all the details and can help you pre-order one today. If a new Ford or Lincoln or any pre-owned vehicle are in your summer plans, stop by and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln.
Relationships, expertise, value, and a great insurance experience has been at the heart of the Walters & Peck Agency and Andrews O'Neill & Lowe since the beginning. With these values, we come together as one team, strengthening our commitment to protect and invest in you and the communities we serve. Together, you can expect the same welcoming faces, high level of service, and new competitive options. Let us show you our best work by calling us or connecting with us on social media.
Are you interested in a bachelor's degree? Did you know you can get your start at Northwest State, save thousands on tuition, and get your credits transferred to the four-year school of your choice? For more information on the NSCC Bachelor's Bound pathway, contact our advising center today or stop by. All roads begin at Northwest State.
Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network, presented by BMU. Chris Malanga alongside Brandon Fisher. And Fish, you know, we talked last week about Titus Rohr being one of the keys to the Bryan offense. And one thing Archbold did last week was they were able to shut him down pretty well.
Yeah, a couple of years prior to that, for the two games that they had, he had over 100 yards each game, and a really big one 2 years ago that beat them. So they really kind of focused on him. He had 2 targets, one brought back by a penalty, another one for a couple yards. So I guarantee he'll be a bigger part of the plan today.
Yes, absolutely. And so, you know, coaches are coming by us. We're wishing them good luck here. But, you know, he's really a key to the way that Bryan wants to run their offense. And Coach said in the interview, as you just heard, that they're going to do a lot more of lining him out, maybe more split, more wide, things like that, to kind of change his position so that they aren't able to key on him as much.
Well, the size mismatch is such a huge deal tonight, where the guys at Delta don't have the kind of size that they have with him and his speed down the field. I mean, you can throw it up, let them high point it if they get that opportunity. And he'll probably double team, but even if they do that, even if he doesn't get the ball, he's taking one player away from somebody else, getting somebody else open. So he's a big deal whether he's catching the ball or not.
Ethan Watson had his first game as a Golden Bear last week. What did you see out of him?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some growing pains. You know, he's new, a lot of new guys out there, especially with the line. It's tough where the line struggled with such a good defensive line that Archbold had, and a lot of the blitzes, you're not going to get a clean look all the time. And, you know, he ended up 5 for 9, 44 yards, and didn't get to play the whole game. So you got to think he'll be more comfortable all week. You get a little bit more comfortable, more reps, and I'm sure they'll roll him out a little bit. And he did have the one pick that was returned, but he also came back and had a nice touchdown throw too. So you got to expect some of that when you're first starting out. I think he'll be a lot better this week.
We talked a lot. You like Corbin Shepard as a player, as a running back for the Bears.
I like him a lot. He's a tough kid, man. He's one cut and go, put his foot in the ground, outside foot, and get up the field. And I like him. There's some times where there was a free blitzer coming that was very, very free, and he was way smaller than that guy, and he tried to pick him up. Not everybody's going to stick their nose in there like that when you got a 210-pound guy bearing down on you, and he did last week, and you could just see the toughness. And you're a player, you see your teammates on film do stuff like that, man, you automatically respect it. And not only does he run hard, but he's willing to go in there and block for his quarterback. That's a huge deal.
We are in the Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory pregame show, and we are going to get set for the starting lineup shortly. But first, you know, what do you think in practice? What adjustments were made from last week based on the game in Archbold, you know, this week?
I would say probably the first thing, offensive line we talked about really struggled trying to get the speed of Archbold's defensive line under control. A lot of the outside rushes, and you know, we talked about the kid Ranzow from last week, came off the edge a lot, really got 90 degrees in a hurry and got into the pocket. And I guarantee that's one of those things, a lot of missed assignments up front that the coaches talked about. They're going to try and clean up. If you can give him a little bit more of a pocket, give those receivers a chance to get down the field, you get some of those chunk plays, and all of a sudden those guys can't rush so easily anymore. And there was times last week Archbold sending 5 or 6 no matter what, you know, just because they were getting in there. So that's something that I guarantee will be a lot better. Those guys are big up front, big sizable advantage. Bryan's offensive line averages about 250 pounds, and that's only because Kellen Rigg isn't over 200, but he's an important part, really agile kind of guy. Everybody else is averaging about 265, 270. Delta's D-line they're going to bring out averages about 190, so there's going to be a big-time size advantage up front. If you get the running game going a little bit, and that way they can't just pin back and go after him, there's going to be a lot better shot to get down the field quicker.
Absolutely, and so, you know, of course, Delta, a different caliber of team than Archbold, so that's always out there.
You might, unless they're down big, they're not going to throw. I mean, they might. I think they've thrown 10% of the times in the first game, and that was it. And that was off a few sister plays or runs that they had already done. So last week against Evergreen, that was a team that had, you know, 54 carries as a team, 278 rushing yards, only had 37 passing yards, and one of those was 25-yarder.
Yeah.
That 5 guys missed him, and he went in for the end zone. So
and it was like more like yards after catch, not a deep ball.
Yeah, it was. So it's gonna be 3 yards in a cloud of dust, like we talked about. You just got to keep them any sort of way to keep them not behind the chains. You know, they're trying to get 3 yards every play, 3-4 yards. That's it. Keep them behind the chains. Anything, you know, a penalty on Delta is going to be catastrophic for them because now they have to throw the ball. They are not comfortable doing that whatsoever.
Their quarterback again is James Ruppel, a 5'11", 145-pound sophomore. We will meet the rest of the Golden Bears starters and the Delta starters when we come back. You are in the Oberlin Turnbull pregame show. We will be back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network presented by BMU.
It's pretty obvious that there is a huge inventory of trailers at Jason Deach Trailer Sales in Edgerton. But what you can't see is how many parts they have available. Axles, brakes, doors, fenders, hitches, hinges, electrical, lighting, suspensions, tie-downs, toolboxes, tires, and wheels. If it's a part you need for your trailer, you can get it online or in person at Jason Deach Trailer Sales on the east side of Edgerton.
As the baby boomer generation tires of traditional send-offs, funerals are becoming increasingly more personalized. People are pre-planning their own remembrance gathering. Pre-planning is easy and will pay off both emotionally and financially for you and your family. Plus allows you more control over your last hurrah. At Krill Funeral Service, we're not just funeral directors. We are experts at helping hearts heal.
Impede Intraseal is a better way to make concrete. It's added to your concrete permanently at the Ready Mix plant that begins protecting your concrete on day one. Impede Intraseal forms a powerful barrier that repels water from all sides, because water can wreak havoc on unprotected concrete when temperatures drop and the freeze-thaw cycle begins. Ask for Impede Intraseal concrete to protect your investment and never seal again. Go to neversealagain.com to find a producer near you.
Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network presented by BMU. Chris Malenga alongside Brandon Fisher getting set for our national anthem. And I want to take a look at our offense and defensive starters here. First for Brian, quarterback number 4, a 5'9", 155-pound senior Ethan Wasson. At tight end, a 6'6", 248-pound senior Titus Rohr. Corbin Shepard is a 5'7", 174-pound junior. He will start at running back. At wide receiver, Cannon Lamberson, a 6'2", 176-pound senior. Dakota Shaw, a 6'3", 184-pound senior, will play wideout, as will Caleb Kepler, a 5'8", 175-pound senior. On the line, left tackle is Zane Bell, a 6'7", 318-pound sophomore. The left guard, Nick Harold, a 6', 265-pound junior. At right tackle, a 5'11", 175-pound junior, Kellen Rigg. The right guard is Kellen Rigg is the center, right guard, Parker Vollmer, a 5'10", 235-pound sophomore. And at right tackle, a 6'4", 277-pound junior, Joey Douglas. On the defensive side for Delta, on the defensive line going across, Max Hoffman, a 5'10", 205-pound senior. Ty Osborne, a 5'11", 230-pound senior. Caleb Barnes, a 5'11", 165-pound senior. Kai Fox, a 6', 216-pound senior. At defensive end, Blake Shawwecker, a 5'9", 150-pound senior. The safety, Nick Mazeruski, a 5'11", 150-pound senior. At the corners, Briar Knapp, a 5'6", 140-pound sophomore, and a 5'9", 175-pound junior, DJ Davis. Your linebackers, Calvin Tenney, a 5'6", 165-pound junior. Josh Treason-Riegert, a 6'1", 200-pound junior, and Evan Perry, a 5'9", 173-pound junior. Those starting lineups brought to you by American Family Insurance. We're going to take our next time out. We'll come back with more after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
We know in life that we take time to celebrate life events. We help families honor the lives of those they love by highlighting what made their loved ones special and honoring the legacy that was left.
We are often very busy, but we encourage families to slow down, take time to gather together, and celebrate the impact their loved one had on their life. Allow us to work with you when the need arises to create a personalized and meaningful service. Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home, we are always here when you need us.
Sports Network getting set for the national anthem, but first I want to thank our sponsors, Newcomer, Schaefer, Spengler, and Breininger, Bryan Parks and Rec, American Realty, American Family Insurance, Fackler Monument, Starks Plumbing and Heating, Bryan Ford Lincoln, Andrews O'Neill and Low, Northwest State Community College, Jason Deach Collision and Custom, Krill Funeral Service, Premier Concrete Admixtures, Bryan Athletic Boosters, BMU Cable and High Speed Internet, and we are wrapping up the Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory pregame show. We've got the Delta Band out on the field getting set for our national anthem, so we will continue to take that national anthem, and we will talk to you after the break.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
The Bryan Theater and the Field of Dreams Drive-In are proud to be working with Bryan Municipal Utilities and Bryan High School to bring you Bryan Football Live. We would also like to say thank you to Bryan Municipal Utilities for their support. After the game, make sure you go enjoy some food and drinks at a Bryan downtown restaurant.
Walking into Eliane's boutique, you'll find everything a woman needs. Clothing, accessories, shoes, jewelry, seasonal home decorations, skincare, and bath products. Wonderful treasures from all over the world that you normally only find in a woman's boutique in a major city. But the good news, Eliane's boutique is right here in downtown Bryan.
Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger is a great group of experts with a common goal: to serve the legal needs of this area with the greatest degree of integrity and excellence. Along with that, they respect and support the athletes in tonight's game for their determination and teamwork. An attorney's relationship with their client is like the one between a coach and their player, a position of trust. Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger are proud supporters of all the athletes and wish them continued success always.
When a loved one passes away, there are all kinds of decisions to make for funeral arrangements.
But one thing you can do now to make it easier on your loved ones is to pick out a memorial. I'm Paul Rohrig at the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio.
And I'm Sally Jo Metzger. We're here to take the burden off of your family with just a conversation.
At Fackler Monument, we feature the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area.
The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924. Check us out online at facklermonument.com.
As we enjoy football this fall, we're reminded that winter isn't that far away. Now's the time to get your furnace checked out, and you can do that with confidence by calling Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services. Take advantage of $25 off on the fall furnace tune-up. Also, if you're looking to purchase a new Lennox system, ask about an offer of up to a $1,350 rebate or 6 months no payments on qualifying Lennox equipment purchased between September 7th and November 27th. For all of your heating and plumbing needs year-round, call Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services today, 1-800-329-40.
At Mad Ox Men's Emporium, we search from coast to coast to find the unique items that a modern man is looking for. Clothing that makes a statement and is very affordable. From fun socks to secret wallets. Watches that are fashionable and affordable. Saks briefs, pants and shirts that stretch and fit like no other. And ratchet-style mission belts. We'll get you ready for the barbecue and provide the snack for the party that follows. You'll find a little of everything at Mad Ox Men's Emporium in downtown Bryan.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, Chris Malinga, Brandon Fisher getting set for Bryan at Delta. A beautiful night for football, Coach.
Yeah, it's great out here. Got a little wind going, but nothing that's going to affect the throws and stuff like that too bad. I'm still trying to figure out why there's arrows on the 50s on the field. I've never seen that in my life. But after the longest wait for the national anthem in the history of football, we're back and ready to go, and it's good to get these guys back out here, get their confidence back going again.
Absolutely. Golden Bears 0-1 on the season and 0-1 in the league. Delta 1-0 on the season, 1-0 in the league after their first league victory in 17 tries as they beat the Evergreen Vikings. So Bryan won the toss, and they will be receiving. Of course, Bryan led by quarterback Ethan Wasson, and hopefully the Bears can get on the board early and get things going here quickly and set the tempo of this game.
Yeah, I think right now you're going to come out and try and set the tone up front is the biggest thing. Can you get the running game going? Can you open things up and let your receivers actually get down the field where the line's not back in the pocket so much, and get Ethan Wasson some comfort back there so he can get going?
Back to receive the opening kickoff will be Caleb Kepler and Jay Damron. They'll be back as well. And kicking off for Delta is going to be Austin Kohlhofer. Never see a kicker with number 72 on, but that's what we got here.
Man, it's impressive. Well, you know, I keep forgetting his name, Tresnan Ragard kid, that's a running back, number 23. He does everything. He's a kicker, a punter, he's special teams, defense. And at halftime, he sells popcorn. It's unbelievable, all the stuff he does, and it's really impressive. They've got some guys. There's a guy named Kai Fox, number 81, that is their best blocker up front, kind of a tight end with that loaded line that they run. A lot of times they're going to go right at him.
All right, so Kohlhofer is ready to put it in play, and we are ready to get this one kicked off here on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU. It is a deep kick, fielding at the 8-yard line. That is going to be Damron. He will go up the sideline. He has some green grass, and he gets all the way up to the 39-yard line, and boy, he just was able to take that corner.
That was much better. Last week he's kind of lateral a lot, trying to look for a spot. That time one cut and get his foot in the ground and go. Really good job. You always talk about that on kickoffs, interceptions. Try and find a sideline and get up there as fast as possible. Good job there by Jay.
All right, so Bears will actually have it at their own 40-yard line, 1st and 10, 11:53 remaining here on the main stop scoreboard. It's going to be doubles on both sides and a back in the backfield with Wasson. Snap is low. Quick pass over to Kepler. Kepler will get it at the 40, up to the 45, and he will be brought down by Sean Cook of Delta, and he gets a pretty good gain here on 1st down.
Yeah, good job there. Great idea for the play call. Just get it out of his hands. A little bit of a smoke route left. Caleb Kepler now, first game this year as a senior. Good catch and run.
All right, 2nd and 2, ball spot at the 48-yard line. The other way, it'll go to Damron. Damron will catch. He will go left and right and just maybe a yard. And so Wasson opens up with 2 kind of cross passes.
Yeah, good. Just little smoke routes, just stop right at the line of scrimmage. Both receivers on both sides are stacked. There's one right in front of the other. Lead guy blocks, kick out a guy, try and catch it real quick and get up the field.
It's going to be 3rd and a long one. Ball spotted at the 49-yard line. They have to get to the 50. Wasson has it back in the backfield. That is Shepard. And that's going to be a false start for the Golden Bears, so that will back them up.
There was actually about 3 Bryan Bears that got off the line quick on that one, and now it goes from a 3rd and 1, easy to convert, now back to a 3rd and 6, so a way different look at it this time.
3rd and 6, ball is at the 44-yard line. So now you have to dial up a different play. You might have been able to hand it to Shepard for a quick yard.
Yeah, they're going to change the formation. Looks like they're going to split out Titus Rohr.
So Rohr and also Lamberson and, well, Damron comes this way. On this side, close to us, it's Kepler and Damron. And then Rohr and Lamberson out there on the far side. One back in the backfield is Shepard. Ball comes out. Wasson with the quarterback keeper. He gets the 1st down, able to hold on to the ball. And that was a big 7 yards for Wasson.
Yeah, that time straight drop back, shotgun, and a couple guys on the edge got in there a little bit, pinched the pocket. He climbed the ladder really good, got up there, just took off, got the 1st down, and he took a big hit. I mean, he got hit low and high at the same time. Good job lowering your head and picking it up for your team.
All right, so it's 1st and 10. Ball is right at the 50-yard line. 10:43 remaining here. 1st quarter on the main stop scoreboard has no score. 1 wide out each side. Titus Rohr is in at tight end. Handoff, Shepard. He will cut the corner and pick up maybe 2 yards on the play. Let's see where they're spotted him.
That time Bryan pulled both guards. This time I think Tyler Spisak is in there at left guard. Him and Parker Vollmer both came around to the left hash. And pretty good job there by Delta. You can tell a difference with Delta already, how they get off the ball compared to the last few years. They're a little bit quicker and a little stronger. You can see it live really well.
Shepard gets 1 on the play, so it's 2nd and 9. Ball spotted at the 49-yard line. Wasson will have it. Throws. Kepler Little crossing route, and he will be tackled for a loss. So another little pass there.
Delta's usually a 5-2 defense. That time they went 4 down linemen, 7 guys back. Another smoke route, little throw to the right, and it looks like Dakota Shaw just couldn't keep his guy blocked outside. Good play, good tackle there by Delta.
Trips now on the left, on the near side, and we got Titus Rohr lined up at wideout on the far side. Wasson and Kepler in the back, or Wasson and Shepard in the backfield. Snap. Wasson looks to throw deep. Titus Rohr is double covered. It is up and broken up. That was by number 3, DJ Davis, who's one of their running backs and also plays defensive back.
Yeah, and that's one of those. They put Titus Rohr out there on the boundary side, and safety, like we talked about earlier in the pregame, they're going to shadow him. There was 2 guys waiting there, and ball just kind of hung up. It's going to be hard for him to come back and get it. If you throw it high and make sure only either overthrow it or he gets it, he can high point it. That time probably should have been intercepted. Luckily for Bryan, they get the punt.
Rohr will punt. Snap comes out. Rohr puts a foot into it. It will go out of bounds into the stands.
I think it came off side of his foot.
So that will be a punt for the Golden Bears on drive number 1. And Delta will take over as at their own, where are they spotted? The 38-yard line, 37-yard line.
That's a 15-yard punt.
15-yard punt, they say. So 9:13 to play here, first quarter. 1st and 10 on the 37 for Delta. Bryan punted its first drive. Main stop scoreboard has no score. So Delta going to be in that wing T offense.
They're going to, yep. It's going to be a rugby scrum up front, and you never know. I thought they would be a lot of some cut blocks up front. There really wasn't. If you watch them against Evergreen, they don't cut block a lot like I've seen teams do in the past running that wing T. They'll try and go straight at them.
All right, so the ball is spotted again at the 37-yard line. Delta has 2 backs in the backfield. They've got wideouts on either side. That'll be a handoff, and that one will go to Josh Treason-Riegert. He's the guy that they're going to feature, and he will pick up 5.
Yeah, he's a good-sized kid, and we talked about that. He runs upright, which you usually want some more forward lean, get lower as a running back, but he's so tall, 6'1", 200 pounds, he's just awkward to tackle. One of those guys, if he does get to fall forward, he'll gain another 3 yards just how big he is.
So your quarterback is James Ruppel, 5'11", 145-pound sophomore. The backs on either side of him. So they got Kai Fox back there now. Second and 5, pitch out. That'll be DJ Davis, who will get the corner, get the first down, and he will be brought down on the Bryan side of the 50 at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like, I think Fox, number 81, we talked about they love to run to his side as much as possible. That time he was the left back, and they actually pitched it right. They went against tendency right there, especially going to the big side of the field, the wide side of the field. Really good, kind of different play call there by Delta.
That'll be a first down for Delta. So 1st and 10, ball at the Bryan 47, 8:19 here, first quarter, no score. Treason-Riegert and Davis in the backfield now. That'll be a pass, left side, and it is going to be picked off. No! Yes! Jay Dameron.
Pass is intercepted.
Wow. So the Bears intercept that one. And that is where the Bears are going to start.
Yeah, great play there. That time, with all the guys up front committed to the run on defense, you're going to go a lot more man-to-man with the defensive backs that Bryan doesn't do a lot of. Normally, last week, defensive backs struggled a lot keeping people in front. That time was about a 2-step drop and chuck it. He did a nice job getting his head turned around as quick as that ball came out. Good job making the play, athletic play there. Good hand-eye coordination.
All right, ball is spotted at Bryan's 25, 8:10 to play after the turnover. Trips here on the left-hand side. Wasson running into some trouble, and he's going to be brought down for a loss. He just had nowhere to go.
Yeah, you can tell right now, again, two outside guys kind of close the pocket a little bit. You can see, I guarantee they're going to tell him look down the field a little bit longer, just another second, try and find somebody. It looks like he's trying to get out of there a little quick. If he can find a little bit more comfort, confidence, he'll hang in there another second, maybe throw that one.
It's going to be Sean Kepler here on the near side for us. Titus Rohr is at tight end. Kepler is on the far side. No, actually, that's Cannon Lamberson on the far side, double twos. Wasson will keep it. He has some room. He has to turn the corner. He gets up back to the original line of scrimmage, and then a flag comes in. So we'll wait and see on the penalty. President Reard will bring him down. Let's see what the flag will be for. It was thrown in there at the tackle. I don't know if a face mask or if there was an illegal block or something. That's going to be on Brian, though. They're going to say, is that a hold?
Block in the back.
Block in the back.
And that time they have Joey Phillips in, number 75 for Brian. He's 6 foot, 280 pounds, and they've got some size up front now. They pulled him, trying to bring it around. It was a read option play, faked the handoff to the right, and he went left. And Delta had two guys waiting on him.
All right, that's going to be a loss of 5. So now that makes 2nd and 17. Now ball is going to be spotted inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So trips on the far side of the field. Titus Rohr are by himself with us. He's going to work against Brian Knapp. Snap. Wasson has it. Getting bared down. He tosses it up to Shepard. Shepard will break a tackle, but not able to connect any further, and he will actually catch a pass for 0 yards.
Yeah, and that was actually a screen. The lineman let all the Delta guys come right through straight at him, stopped, threw it back left on a screen pass, and there were 3 guys there as well. Number 50 for Delta came in really quick, Evan Perry, and I told you they look a lot stronger and quicker than they have in years past. Different looking Delta team.
Absolutely. So it's 3rd and 17 now. Ball is spotted at Brian's 18, 6:35 and counting here. No score on the main stop scoreboard.
That was a really good play call, too.
Yep.
It just didn't work out. Those guys are getting through again, putting pressure. It's a great idea to throw a screen.
Wasson in the backfield with Shepard. He's going to chuck it downfield, and it's caught by Titus Rohr and then dropped. So Rohr had it in his hand, and when he was hit, it dropped it. And so that's going to be incomplete. Well, it looked like he had streaking down the center of the field. He had some room, but again, 2 guys around him.
Yeah, he was right on the line that time. Traditional tight end look, came a seam route right up the middle. I don't know if there was a mess up by another guy. Somebody was right next to him, a Brian receiver, almost ran into each other. Delta player came in, knocked it out at the last minute. It's a pretty good throw as well, right on the money.
So the first 2 drives for the Golden Bears have been punts, and Rohr gets a high snap, puts a foot into it. This one goes pretty straight and true. And it's going to drop at the right at the 48-yard line. So that's where Delta will start, on the Brian side of the 48. So Delta in good field position in Brian territory.
Like I said, Delta's traditionally a 5-2 defense. They've been mixing it up with a 4-guy front, and that was another good play call. Send him right up the middle. It's a good way to beat that, get rid of it quick, and really was a good throw, just a nice play defensively. We talk about Delta, like we said, this is an offense now. They want to keep the ball. They had 278 rushing yards last week and 37 passing, and now they got it on the plus side of the 50.
Absolutely. So Bears on defense here, 1st and 10 at the 48. Handoff, that's going to be Tresnan Rieger, and he gets very little yardage. Picks up 1.
Really just a straight lead play right there. Not a bad play up front by Brian. Take everybody's legs out as much as possible, and Kepler and Lamberson both came up from the safety spots to help make the tackle as well.
2nd and 9, ball spotted at the 47-yard line for Delta.
You got to think Brian will be more man-to-man in their defensive backfield with so many guys coming up to stop the run. It looks like they are right now. Again, they got 1 safety back in Kepler.
All right. Under center is Ruppel. He has 2 backs in the backfield. Handoff, and that's going to be Tresnan Rieger again. He picks up a couple yards and able to push his way forward. And he picks it up about 4 yards on that one.
Yeah, adjustment for Brian defensively. Usually a 4-2-5 defense, 5 defensive backs. With a running team like this, they've changed it. Brevin Dekrosh is actually coming up playing a defensive end look, where he's usually kind of a strong safety linebacker type. And they're running a 5-3 right now with Kepler back in the middle and the 2 cornerbacks on each side. So really different look with 8 guys in the box for Brian now.
Hollister made the tackle there. He had 12 last week.
He's been playing well. He's physical.
3rd and 5, ball at the 43-yard line. 4:50 to play first quarter, no score. Delta on the Bryan side of the 43. Now 3 backs in the backfield. Handoff again. Powering forward. Not going to get the first down, though. And that's a pickup of 2.
And these are really just straight lead plays. I mean, it looks like a sweep kind of handoff going right to left, but it's really just a lead play. Nothing fancy up front. Like we said, they want to get 3-4 yards every play. That time they got 2. Get it down to a 4th and manageable. Looks like 4th and 3.
Yep, 4th and 3.
And they're perfectly comfortable with that.
That's Tresman Rear who had that. And 4th and about 3. Ball is spotted at the 41-yard line. 2 backs in the back, actually 3 backs in the backfield with Rupel. See if he keeps this. And they moved, and they will get a false start penalty. So just like the Bears when they had it there, this is gonna. The Bears had it 3rd and 1, and the false start took it 3rd and 6. And here, Delta has it 4th and 3, and that makes it 4th and 8. And I think that might change Delta's thing here. They're going to look like they're going to punt.
That's a killer for a team like this. You want to run and get 3-4 yards, and you just don't have the capability to throw, 7, 8, 9, 10-yard passes down the field. And now they're going to punt. Good job holding their water by the Bryan front line on a 4th down.
All right, so it is going to be 4th and 8 at the 46. That's where the snap will come from. Treason Reard is at the 40-yard line. Punt is up. That is going to go and bounce into the end zone. So with 3:46 remaining first quarter, Bryan will take over. Is it the 20 or 25? The 20. I always confused between the 20 and the 25. College changed it to the 25, didn't they?
Yeah, the kickoff would be 25, and normal play, punt, stuff like that's a 20.
The Bears will have it at their own 20. They'll start things with 3:46 remaining here first quarter. It's been a quick first quarter. Barely any timeouts or no stoppages in play.
Really quick, yeah. And right now, this is where you got to get some confidence going. They've tried the smoke routes, got some seam routes. Stuff is open. Just need a little bit more time for Wasson.
All right. Wasson will have it. He'll hand to Shepard. Shepard will find a little bit of a seam. And, boy, Delta closes really quick.
They are getting off the ball fast.
They are getting off the ball fast.
That time Bryan pulled their right guard and right tackle to come right to left, and he tried to cut it up, cut back against the grain. There's a guy waiting there. Really good discipline that time by Delta to have a guy taking the cutback lane away.
Barely any gain, maybe a foot. So we're going to call it. Well, they're going to call it 2nd and 9. So I'll give them 1.
And we said Bryan's O-line has about a 60-pound average weight.
Yep.
Advantage on defensive line for Delta.
Snap. Wasson will throw across the middle. It's going to be picked off. And he runs over the official.
I hope he's all right.
Oh, yeah.
He got hit hard.
So that's an interception for Wasson.
Sean Cook on the interception.
And that's Sean Cook that gets the interception there. So Delta's going to have a quick turnaround here.
And that was another play. It looked like fake handoff. Pulled both guards, and he pulled it out of there and wanted to throw it. And the referee, believe it or not, I'm glad he's all right. He actually got tackled and made the tackle on the same play. He got knocked right into the guy returning the ball for Delta that made the pick and tripped right over him.
All right, we're going to take, it looks like a quick water break timeout. So we're going to take it with them. 3:07 remaining, 0-0 on the main stop scoreboard. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Relationships, expertise, value, and a great insurance experience has been at the heart of the Walters & Peck Agency and Andrews O'Neill & Lowe since the beginning. With these values, we come together as one team, strengthening our commitment to protect and invest in you and the communities we serve. Together, you can expect the same welcoming faces, high level of service, and new competitive options. Let us show you our best work by calling us or connecting with us on social media.
Hello, my name is Father Andrew Wellman. I'm the parochial administrator at St. Patrick Parish in Bryan and here at Sacred Heart Parish in Montpelier. Thank you so very much for your warm welcome. Know how grateful I am to be here in these two wonderful communities. I look so much forward to getting to meet all of you and to growing together in our Catholic faith. God bless you.
When was the last time you had your precious jewelry cleaned? Diamond and Gold Outlet will professionally clean your jewelry and it won't cost you a dime. Let Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon clean your jewelry today.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, our Red Zone being sponsored today by Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon. So we're almost close to the Diamond and Gold Red Zone for Delta as Brian throws an interception. And that is just killer there, right in the middle of the field, and that was the interception.
You ever seen the longest yard when the Mean Machine knocks out all the refs and everybody? That's what that looked like. That poor referee just got bowling balled right through 3 big old guys. Thank God he's all right. He popped up.
All right, Ruppel under center. Looks like the left side of their offense moved, but they didn't call it. Ruppel moving to the right. He'll throw it out of bounds. And so that'll be an incomplete pass. Not sure what Ruppel was trying to do there.
Yeah, well, they've done this a lot where they get the run going. This is a good time to take a shot if you're them after a turnover and you're only on, Brian's 28-yard line. Fake left, bootleg right, and good job there by Brian. Dakota Shaw stayed with the corner route that was going into the end zone, so nice job there by the defensive backs.
All right, so it's 2nd and 10. Ball is spotted at Brian's 29-yard line. Delta has 3 minutes on the clock after the incompletion. Ruppel under center, got 3 backs in the backfield. That is Trazen Rieger, DJ Davis, and Max Hoffman. And we have I think we're going to have a false start. Their left side of the Delta offense has been moving every snap. So I think that's going to be an offsides call, or a false start call, which it is.
Yeah, it's been 3 or 4 times there.
Yep.
Boy, the penalties are just mounting up on both sides right now. Both teams have had some decent field position moving it, and penalties are really hurting both sides right now. That's been about, I can think of 5 at least that has moved somebody back.
That was the 4th penalty of the game.
Was it?
Yep, 10 yards each for each team. And so that'll make it 2nd and 15. Ball is spotted at the 34-yard line. Yeah, the last 2 plays, I noticed the left side moves early.
They get off the ball quick.
They do.
Like I said, they look completely different than they have the past couple years.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 15, ball at the 34. 2:59 here in the first quarter. Motion is Trazen Rieger. They hand off to DJ Davis. Davis met at the corner.
Hit.
And that was a big stop by Caleb Kepler.
Nice hit. Oh, man, it was a sweep to the right. They brought the Rieger kid out, who usually gets the ball to be a blocker. And, boy, Caleb Kepler read it right away. Great job getting your head to the outside and really drove him into the ground. That's the kind of thing you need a little excitement to get your team pumped up. Big hit like that can do it.
All right, so it's 3rd and 14. They're going to say he got a yard. So we'll give him a yard on the stat sheet, too.
We got a little scoring update here.
Do we got a scoring update? Wasion 13, Swanton nothing.
Liberty Center's up on Archibald 7-0.
There you go.
First with a big-time game in the league there.
All right, 2 backs in the backfield. Quarterback under center. Ruppel will fake the handoff, then look to pass. He'll throw it down the field. Wide open is Briar Knapp, and they just couldn't find him. He just overthrew him. He was wide open. There was nothing but green grass in front of him.
Yeah, and that's a sister play right there. Before we said fake and bootleg right, they did the exact same thing, but they brought their receivers drag across the field to go all the way to the other side, left side of the field. He stopped and threw it, and he was absolutely wide open. Possibly would have been a touchdown. And you got to give a little credit there to Titus Rohrer as well. He stayed and kind of just kept a little bit of pressure on him so he couldn't get a clean pocket and messed up the throw. Good play by Titus there.
Absolutely. So it is 4th and 14. Delta's going for it on the Bryan 33. Ruppel drops back, looks to pass. It is broken up. Nope, we're going to get a pass interference call on Cannon Lamberson. Wow. Wow. What do you think about that, Coach?
And every once in a while, Delta will do this if they have the chance to go for it. They actually went trips to the left that time. That is not normal for them. 4th and 14, they go for it. Just a straight seam route for him to be able to get rid of it. And I couldn't really tell. It looked like a clean hit on the ball to me. If he had his hand wrapped around, I couldn't tell or not, but looks like they're talking it over. Oh, they already called it. Yeah, they already used it.
Pass interference.
He didn't hit him. He was running with him, knocked the ball out. If he had his arm wrapped around the backside, we couldn't tell, but it really didn't look like it affected much of the ball or the route at all to me.
So it'll be a 15-yarder for Bryan, and that's pretty killer. That'll be a first down by penalty.
I know I'm biased, but I don't know if I can agree with that one. He didn't have his hand over him or jump on him, anything like that, or change his route at all down the field.
1st and 10, ball at the Bryan 19. We are in the Diamond and Gold Outlet red zone. Diamond and Gold Outlet and Napoleon can clean your jewelry today. That'll be a handoff. And that is Sean Cook. And Cook wasn't even listed on my thing, so I'm going to have to add him as a running back.
Maybe he's a free agent.
Yeah, I guess.
That was another traditional play there. They had a wing back on the left side. He comes in motion to the right, and Kai Fox, number 81, was the tight end on the right side. They hand it off, go right over him, get 5 yards, good gain there. Good hit. Brevin Decrosh. Looks like Cook just spun off of it, got another 2-3 yards.
Yeah, Cook is 5'7", 170-pound junior, and so that is a pickup of 5 for Cook. So 2nd and 5 at the 14. Cook goes in motion this time. They'll hand off to Treason Rear, and he will get close to the first down. And I think he's short by about a yard, so we'll give him 4 on that one.
That time the halfback was right behind the tight end. He goes right to left in motion, and they actually ran it to the right side as a lead play. So they are going against tendency a lot. I know there's some size up front from Bryan, and they're doing a lot of things a little bit different than what they did last week, just kind of subtle differences
So
that'll get them some yards.
That'll be 3rd and 1. Ball is at the 10-yard line now. So what do you do here on 3rd and 1?
I think you go straight with your bread and butter, put your 3 guys back there, and follow 81 of Kai Fox again.
Hoffman in the backfield along with Treason Reard. Cook will go in motion.
Boy, they're jumping. Yeah,
there they go again. Another penalty. Again, the left side of Delta's offense is moving before the snap.
I think that's 3, 2 on Delta, 1 on Bryan. That's been 3rd and short.
Yep.
That has been a false start and just really killed the momentum. And now if you're Delta, you got 2 plays. Basically, it's 4-down territory.
Yep.
You got 2 plays to get 6 yards.
So that makes it 3rd and 6 at the 15-yard line. I don't know if they'll snap this before the end of the quarter as we go under 10 seconds here. And it looks like they probably will not. So I'm confident to say that we will enter the 2nd quarter of play after this. No score on the main stop scoreboard. It is Bryan 0, Delta 0 on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Keeping children safe on Ohio school buses is a priority for the Ohio State Highway Patrol. This is Lieutenant Bob Aschenfelder of the Defiance Post. Safety on the roadway is a shared responsibility. Even though motorists are required to stop as a safety measure, children should always look both ways before crossing the street and remain alert to any sudden traffic changes. Together, we can make this a safe school year.
Impede Intraseal is a better way to make concrete. It's added to your concrete permanently at the Ready Mix plant that begins protecting your concrete on day 1. Impede Intraseal forms a powerful barrier that repels water from all sides, because water can wreak havoc on unprotected concrete when temperatures drop and the freeze-thaw cycle begins. Ask for Impede Intraseal concrete to protect your investment and never seal again. Go to neversealagain.com to find a producer near you.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU. We head to the 2nd quarter of play. The main stop scoreboard shows 0-0, but Delta is got it 3rd and 6 of the ball on the 15-yard line, and that is going to be a really scary situation here for the Golden Bears. They're going to have to pin their ears back and hopefully play some D right here. Rupel under center. He's got 3 backs in the backfield with him. Rupel will hand off. And that's Treason Rear, and they're going to pull him back, but they're going to give him his forward progress, and looks like he's going to pick up about a yard. Well, that's a weird angle from where we are now. Hard to see.
It's hard to tell with the sun over there, but Delta's going right to left now where we're watching, and another just straight lead play, really. They just kind of, quarterback turns around, gives it to him, he goes left or right, pretty much straight up the middle after he gets the ball. Right now, 4th and 5, you would think you got to kind of watch out here for one of those bootlegs again that they've run.
Absolutely. So 4th and 5 at the 14-yard line. And are they going to kick a field goal? They are going to kick a field goal. Austin Kohlhofer will come down now. Do you want to watch a fake here?
Well, he had a good kickoff. His kickoff was deep.
Kick is up, and it is...
Wow.
good. Wow. That was a amazing kick. So that puts 3 on the board for Delta. Delta 3, Bryan nothing. We'll be back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
You don't always see them, and they don't always see you. That's the time to call Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs in Edgerton. Many of today's vehicles feature very durable and lightweight aluminum construction, and we are proud to be one of the few shops in the area with the proper tools and certified technicians to bring that aluminum beauty back to life. Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs on State Route 6.
Where was that at when he kicked it? Like at the, they were at
Helping
the
others
15?
isn't just
I
kindness.
have no idea, but
It's
that was
my
a
life.
moonshot.
That's why I chose Northwest State.
All roads begin at Northwest State. Visit northweststate.edu today.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU. Well, Delta had a drive that was 6 plays, 14 yards in 4 minutes and 2 seconds. That was capped off by a field goal from Austin Kohlhofer. So Bears go down 3-0 here as we are early in the second quarter of play.
And a couple penalties really hurt them. They had 3rd and short a couple times and went and had a false start. Good job by Bryan getting a stop. But I'm in shock after watching that field goal.
Yeah.
I felt like I'm with my kids watching fireworks as that thing. I mean, that looked like it was 60 feet in the air, and he had plenty of distance.
He did have plenty of distance.
He's 6'2", 265 offensive lineman. Kicks like that is impressive.
Watch his kickoff here as he will kick from the 40-yard line. And the kick is off, and it is a deep one again. Caught. It won't be caught. Bears will pick it up on the bounce. Kepler, and he stumbles forward, and he will get out to the 31-yard line. I'm not sure what Kepler was thinking right there.
That was a sand wedge that kept dying, and it bounced backwards. Looks like Delta almost had a chance to get it. Kepler ended up getting it almost. I thought he had one guy to beat. He almost ran it back all the way.
All right, so the Bears will take over at their own 32-yard line, they say. It'll be 1st and 10. They trail 3-0 on the main stop scoreboard.
Things get exciting when that kid kicks the ball.
Absolutely.
I know that.
That is crazy. All right, Bears have one back in the backfield. It's a quarterback keeper. Wasson will drive forward for about a yard. Shoestring tackle made by Osborne.
I tell you what, that was close to being a touchdown, believe it or not. They had 2 guys pull. Titus Rohr was one of them. Left to right, came up through the hole, didn't have anybody to block. He got up to the second level. If he could get away from that one guy that got his shoes, Wasson, I mean, he might have been gone.
One back in the backfield is Shepard. 2 wideouts here. Martinez now entering the game, and Titus Rohr is on the wide side. He'll roll to his right. He'll keep it. Come through the middle, and he will get drilled at the 41-yard line. Wow. That was a big tackle by Cook.
Another bootleg to the right. It looks like he had A.J. Martinez in the flat. It was open. Didn't see him. Titus Rohr was doing an out route 10 yards down. He took off really early, and, boy, they met in the middle.
Bears are going to get a penalty, a hold. That'll take them back another 10 yards.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. I was
looking at the play downfield, too.
Well, that was a fun play to watch. He put his head, looked like 2 Rams out, just hitting each other. Couple of good hits, both guys, but another penalty for Bryan will send him back.
That'll be 10 yards, I think, on a hold, right?
Puts him back all the way around to 16, I believe. Or, no. Yeah, 16.
That's 35 penalty yards for Bryan on 4 penalties. So this will be second and a whole bunch. 2nd and 19. Wasson will throw down. Nice ball there. And just not able to get to it is Cannon Lamberson. That was actually a pretty well-thrown ball.
Yeah, I don't know if he didn't see it in the sun. He's looking back, running into the shadows, had to look back, and the ball kind of fell right between the Delta kid and Cannon. I'm not sure if either one really saw it as it floated out there, but wasn't a bad. That was a really good play design. He had a one-on-one, and he was pretty open right there.
All right, so now it's 3rd and 16. I think it's more than 16. They've got 16 on the scoreboard, but it's a long 6 yards.
And Delta's getting some pressure again on the outside of their rush here.
All right, Wasson has it. He'll look to throw. He throws down deep, and Kepler will go up and catch it. He'll keep going at the 50, at the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Bryan. Looking for Laundry. Don't see any on the field. That is going to be, while that ball was spotted at the 16-yard line, that is going to be an 84-yard touchdown reception for Caleb Kepler.
Boy, it's good to have him back. What a play by Kepler. That ball got there late. It was kind of floating in. He went up against two Delta guys who looks like it was going to be intercepted, grabbed it away, and kept his balance. Really good play by the senior.
All right, that was an amazing play right now. And now Carter Brown will come in to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Actually, I apologize, that was Quinn Brown on the kick. So with 9:56 remaining, second quarter, Bears on the main stop scoreboard. They lead Delta 7-3 on the Golden Bear Sports Network, presented by BMU.
Relationships, expertise, value, and a great insurance experience has been at the heart of the Walters & Peck Agency and Andrews O'Neill & Lowe since the beginning. With these values, we come together as one team, strengthening our commitment to protect and invest in you and the communities we serve. Together, you can expect the same welcoming faces, high level of service, and new competitive options. Let us show you our best work by calling us or connecting with us on social media.
It has certainly not been a normal summer here at Bryan Ford Lincoln, but we've adapted and we look forward to even better times ahead. The 2021s are arriving, and that means exciting new vehicles like the new family of Ford Broncos and the all-electric Mustang Mach-E. While they're not in stock yet, we have all the details and can help you pre-order one today. If a new Ford or Lincoln or any pre-owned vehicle are in your summer plans, stop by and see us at Bryan.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, the Bears just scored on an 84-yard pass from Ethan Wasson to Kepler. Now, it was not an 84-yard pass. It was a 15-yard pass and a 70 yards of running?
I mean, unbelievable play. He went up, like I said, climbed the ladder. Two guys for Delta. I thought it was going to be picked off, and he just wrestled it away from him. Good to have him back. Really athletic play. Kepler's a guy we thought was going to be mostly defense, big cornerback, and he comes back. And into the season, first real big play of the game, or of the season for Bryan. What a huge play there.
Absolutely. And, this is the worst field position Delta has had at their own 20. Their other marks are at their own 37. They're Bryan 48, the Bryan 29. So first and 10, ball is at the 20-yard line. Two backs in the backfield. That's going to be a handoff and going nowhere. And a penalty flag comes in. That was Tresnan reared again.
That play just took the steam out of the place. I mean, Delta was really pumped up, tied with Bryan, and playing pretty well. They've had some penalties right there. Another straight lead play. And this is one of those things. A lot of their plays have been pretty vanilla, Delta. I mean, just leads, and you try and soften Bryan up, and to get him something different here, you feel like that's coming any time.
They've got a flag. That's going to be a personal foul face mask on the Golden Bears. So that'll be a 15-yarder for Bryan. Another penalty for the Golden Bears. That'll give Delta a first down. It's a second penalty that that Delta has a first down on. Bryan now penalized 50 yards, 5 penalties. That'll make it first and 10 at the 36 for Delta.
Bryan's defensive line is starting to stand up their offensive line here pretty well. A lot of the leads aren't working anymore. Bryan's running a 5-3 as well, 3 backers in there.
Two backs in the backfield, Rupel under center. He will pitch, and this time it goes to DJ Davis, and he has dropped in the backfield.
And that won't show up on the stat sheet for Brevin Dekrosh, but he made that play, got to the outside, kept his shoulder free, turned it back inside.
There's another flag in.
Flag on the play.
Wow. Let's see what they're going to call on this one. Block in the back on Delta.
Flag in the back on Delta.
Kai Fox was called for that one. Let's see what they do. I'm assuming they're going to accept that penalty. So the line of scrimmage was the 36. They're going to take this all the way back to the 23. So 22. So that's going to be a 14-yard penalty. And that'll make it first and 24 for Delta. Would you take that penalty? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. With an offense like this that just wants to ground and pound, it's a killer for a team like that.
It's 1st and 24, ball spotted at their own 22-yard line. Man in motion is Davis. They'll hand off, and moving forward for a couple yards, I think that was Tresnan Reard again.
Tresnan Reard, the ball carrier.
Another good hit up front. That was just a straight dive play. There's some window dressing motion going right to left, and they went against tendency again, tried to run it straight up. Really nice hit up front by Bryan. And the defensive line is standing up Delta right now. It did not happen in the first quarter. They were getting off the ball a little bit quicker. They're starting to get into them a little bit more now.
Pickup of 4 on the play.
Some of the Delta players looks like they're breathing a little heavy, holding their arms, getting just a little nicked up. They just don't quite look the same.
And
I think their coach saw it too.
Yep, I think we're going to get a timeout. Let's see. Nope. I don't know if they're calling a timeout or if the official or the coach saw something he wanted to address. So, don't know what he saw there or what he wanted to address, but
I think they were changing the down. They had it marked as 3rd down. It was only 2nd after the penalty.
Yep, I think you're exactly right. They just moved it back to 2nd down. Good eyes over there, Fitch.
Yeah, every once in a while.
2nd and 18. Ball spotted at the 26-yard line of Delta. 3 backs in the backfield now. Rupel under center. Again, their left side moves. That time they weren't whistled. Rupel gets the pass knocked down. That was Dekrosh again. Rupel had 2 guys bearing down on him. He was looking over there for DJ Davis, and Dekrosh came in and batted it down.
Yeah, they brought their running back across on a fake handoff right to left, and looks like he was going to boot right again. He stopped, tried to throw it back like a screen pass left. Dekrosh was standing there waiting on it, and that was almost an easy pick 6. Really good play again by Brevin Dekrosh.
All right, so that's going to be 3rd and 18, so they got the down right now this time.
Well, he's the reason they had the penalty. He got his outside, he kept him in, they got the block in the back, and then that right there, he's made 2 really good plays that won't necessarily show up on the stats.
All right, so here we go. It is now 3rd and 18, and we're going to get a flag this time. Delay of game.
Flag on the play.
That's going to be a delay of game call.
Delay of game, Delta.
Well, these refs' arms are going to get tired of throwing the flag
No,
pretty soon.
absolutely.
You're going to have to call in a relief pitcher.
That's right.
Done a lot of just kind of odd looks. Looks like some kids are confused on Delta at times, and I honestly think they're getting tired. I think Brian's doing a nice job of starting to hit, being more physical up front, and it's messing with them. They can't get off the ball, they can't get in their gaps, and they can't get their lead blockers up through like they were in the first quarter.
All right, so 3rd and 23 now. Ball is spotted at the 21-yard line. It is 7:58 to play. Bears lead Delta 7-3 on the main stop scoreboard. Thirsty Thursdays at the main stops. Treason reared again, and I think he may have gotten a yard.
Yeah, and they got Nick Harold in now, 65 for Brian's been playing a lot of offensive line the first week, and in camp, he's playing D-line now, and big guy, 265 pounds. That was just a straight fullback dive straight ahead and trying to get what you can before you punt.
That was the best defensive effort for the Golden Bears this time. Tresnan Reard will be your punter.
For the Golden Bears.
And we've got Kepler back deep, and Kepler's the one that had the 84-yard touchdown just a minute ago. Foot goes into it. Kepler lets it bounce, and he's going to let it roll all the way to the 40-yard line. That's where the Bears will take over. So 7:11 to play here, first half. Bears will have it at their own 40. So good field position for the Bears. That's probably the best field position they've had the whole night.
They got plenty of time, and 7 minutes to go in the half. They're at their own 40, 60 yards to go. And right now, I said it before, I think they're starting to wear down Delta just a little bit. A lot of guys in Delta play both ways as well.
All right, so 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 40. That's going to be a run play up the middle.
Watson, the ball carrier.
Watson will pick up some positive yardage, and he will actually pick up about 7 yards.
Looks like a design quarterback run right there. Used to do that a lot with Nate Miller when he was here. Just run straight up, get a numbers advantage. The old Urban Meyer way of thinking, let your running back block for you.
Absolutely. So Wasson will get 7 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 2. Actually, they gave him 8 on the 48-yard line. Wasson with it, looking to throw. He throws it away, and that is going to be a incomplete pass. So that'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Delta came the right side of their defense, left side offense for Bryan, came around the edge and had him out of there. He had him in the flat open at first, didn't see it, tried to get rid of it at the end.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 2. Ball spot at the 48-yard line. Not so sure about that play call on 2nd and 2, though. Seems like you want to grind and pound and kill some clock here. Let's see, though. Wasson with it. He'll roll again to his right. He's got a person in pursuit. Titus Roy will go up, and will he catch that? No. They say incomplete.
Well, I thought he was sitting down in bounds. He bobbled it at first. The throw was high. It was a bootleg right, just a 10-yard out, and he went up and grabbed it. It came down. I thought he sat down and had control of it. No part of his body was out of bounds yet. Just because you bobble it, you can catch it when you're on the ground, and I'm not sure why the official, I don't know. He got a lot of help from the people on the Delta sideline right there. Sure looked like a catch to me.
So that brings up 4th and 2, and now Titus will have to go over and kick this one. And he will kick from his own 48. And it's going to be a fake, and he is going to pick up the 1st down. What a play!
Delta player has the ball. I don't know if they're calling him down. I think they're calling him down, so Bryan got the 1st down. Number 13 for Delta, Max Mazurowski, came out with the ball. A lot of Delta players and coaches were yelling. They're going to say he's down. Good call, and that's a perfect time to run a fake midfield.
Who was that?
I couldn't tell. It was a scrum in there, but they kept running. He was hit before the sticks, just kept going and got it.
All right, I don't know who to give that to.
The team.
The team. So that was a pickup of that was a pickup of 11. And then it's a ball, and now Delta will take it over. So now you get the 1st down, and then it's a fumble. Wow.
And it was out of the shotgun. The snap came back really low, about at his ankles, couldn't hold it. He got it back corralled, went to give the fake anyway at the mesh point, and it came out again. Timing was just off after the snap, and Delta had 3 guys came in and got it.
So Barnes recovers the fumble. 1st and 10 Delta. Ball will be at their own, well, it's the Bryan side of the 50, so the 49-yard line. 6:15 to play. Boy, Bryan was driving, had a great fake, and just unable to complete there with the fumble. Delta has it. Going to try to get something on the board before halftime. This is a handoff. DJ Davis gets the corner, and then bringing him down. I think that was Dekrosh again.
That was Cannon Lamberson.
Oh, Cannon
yeah,
Lamberson.
Good job there. That was a left to right motion, and they gave it to him, and he ran the sweep handoff there, made a little inside move, tried to go outside. Cannon Lamberson did a nice job doing his job. Always get to the outside shoulder. If you miss, turn him back in. That time he didn't miss, and he turned him back in. Great play.
The scoreboard shows 2nd and 10. I'm going to go 2nd and 11 because it's definitely back there at the 50. So 5:39 to play. Delta with it. 2 backs in the backfield. Man in motion. Handoff. And going forward is Tresnan Reard. He will pick up about 3 yards.
Another one of those plays, it's kind of a sister play. That time they go motion again, right to left, just like opposite of last time. Faked it there, straight ahead dive play. And again, you can follow the guards. A lot of these backers are doing a nice job of looking at the guards. Don't get distracted with the window dressing motion in the backfield. Watch those guards. It'll take you to the play. Nice job there. Aiden Pells came up and made a nice hit. And I think Carter Brown, number 9, is out there playing backer as well.
All right, here we go. It is 3rd and 9. Ball at the 48-yard line of Bryan. 2 backs in the backfield. They'll throw. It is almost picked off, and that was Dakota Shaw coming in and breaking that one up.
Yeah, coming into the season, we thought Shaw was going to be an offensive receiver, Caleb Kepler be the defensive back at corner. They have shifted jobs here, and Shaw's been running corner, Kepler's been running the receiver, and that was a nice play there, almost a pick 6 again.
Yeah, nice move there by Dakota Shaw. He's pretty tall there. Shaw is 6'3", 184. And this is going to be 4th down, and it looks like maybe that we're going to see a punt from Tresnan Reard.
Tresnan Reard's a punt.
Liberty Center 21, Archbold 20. Punt is in the air. It'll back up Kepler, who will catch it at the 12. Kepler will look for the corner. He will get it to the 30, up to the 40, stumbling and bumbling. He will cross the 40 to the 41-yard line. Nope, they're going to say right at the 40.
Good return. Made a nice clean catch, made 2 guys miss, got to the sideline, and that's a big play now. That's about 20, 22 yards difference from where he caught it. With 4:41 to go in the half, getting those 20, 22 yards or so is a big deal for your team. Now they're at their own 40, only 60 yards to go instead of 80.
Absolutely. So it'll be at their own 40. They'll go 1st and 10, 4:41. The main stop scoreboard shows Bryan 7, Delta 3. Wasson, hands off, Shepard, up the middle, to the 50, to the 40, and they will get him inside Delta territory all the way down to the 34-yard line.
Boy, I don't know. That was a pull. They pulled the guard left to right, came right through the hole. Corbin Shepard, really good burst coming through there. Dakota Shaw had a block down on the field. He stopped it. I think he thought the play was over, and otherwise, if he makes that block, it's probably a touchdown. Not sure if he thought he heard a whistle or what, but that's the guy that made the tackle.
Delta's going to take a timeout with 4:25 remaining. We're going to take it with them on the main stop scoreboard. Bryan 7, Delta 3. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network, presented by BMU.
Things just aren't the way they used to be. Whatever happened to businesses that were eager to please you? At Krill Funeral Service, we offer the same outstanding service we offered decades ago. Are we hopelessly out of style? We certainly hope so. Krill Funeral Service, 860 West Mulberry Street in Bryan.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, this timeout was brought to you by IBEW Local 8. Call 419-666-8920 or visit www.ibew8.org. Snap. Wasson hands off to Shepard. Shepard will bring it forward about a yard. Shepard picked up 26 on the last one. Could have had more.
Yeah, it was a block downfield. I think the receiver thought it was over. He kept going, but really good play there. That time they have Titus Roars, the H-back, right behind the end of the tackle, and he came all the way across the formation right to left behind the line to get a trap block on the edge to kind of keep them guys out of there, but good play up the middle there for Delta's defense.
All right, that's 2nd and 9, ball at the 37. Quick throw, Roar with it. He catches it. He will get close. Well, he's about 3 yards shy of the first down.
And that was a sister play from the last one. Same thing. He was on the right side as the H-back behind the line, came across like he was going to block, faked the block, went right across on a drag route, and finally got him involved. And I guarantee it feels good for him. Get the ball and get some pressure off of him.
That'll bring up 3rd and 3. Ball is spotted at the 31-yard line of Delta. It'd be nice for the Bears to punch it in here before the half with 3:25 and counting. Wasson in the backfield with Shepard. Shepard has it. He will get down inside the 20, get the first down and more. Shepard will pick up 4 on the play and another first down for the Golden Bears.
Brian's given a similar look. Titus Roar is the H-back every time on the right side. That time lead blocker. 2 jump cuts. Corbin Shepard, great run.
1st and 10, ball at the 19-yard line. We're in the Diamond and Gold red zone. Diamond and Gold outlet. Size does matter. You'll get a bigger diamond for less every day at Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon. Plus, you won't find a better selection anywhere.
That time they tried to go hurry up. Went really fast, got the snap off quick. Pretty similar play right there and got stuffed.
All right, so 2nd and we're going to go 11. Ball at the 20-yard line. 2 wideouts on the right-hand side. They'll throw. Martinez will catch at the 20 into the 15. So Martinez will pick up 6. Good to get him involved.
Yeah, good job there. That time Titus Rohr went left side. Another drag route look as a decoy. Just ran a smoke route here to the right side. Stop it, right at the line of scrimmage, caught it, and great job getting up the field, AJ.
Second and 6, rather. Ball is at the 15-yard line. 2:09 to play. First half. Wasson in the backfield. He's got 2 wideouts on the far side. 1 wideout here tight. Rohr is at the tight end spot, and Shepard in the backfield at running back.
They're letting the clock run. Good idea. Minute 50 to go, 3rd and 6. If you don't get it, you don't want to give Delta the ball back.
Wasson will roll to his left. Look downfield. He's got Kepler quickly. Kepler will go block. He'll throw into the end zone. Titus Rohr. No, that was not Titus Rohr. Cannon Lamberson touchdown.
No, he was out of bounds.
Too far.
He was out of bounds.
Oh, okay.
He was wide open. I'm not sure you could tell that he was out of bounds. He was about 2-3 yards behind the white line. And roll out left by Wasson, trying to buy time to let him break off the route. He just went a little bit too deep.
That brings up 4th and 6. What do you do here, Coach?
Well, absolutely can keep with the rollouts. I think Watson's doing well with that. He looks more comfortable in the pocket. He's got a little happy feet right now, and they're getting some pressure on him. You can't really blame him for that either. Good time for a timeout right now, which they're going to take, I believe, and figure out what play you want.
Let's see if they're taking a timeout or if they're adjusting something. They're trying to reset the clock, it looks like.
And it's not a quick strike offense at Delta that you're going against. There's only a minute and a half left. If you give it back to them and you don't get it, it's not the end of the world with the offense that they run, but you still want to run down the clock here as much as possible.
Absolutely. So that'll wind the 25-second clock. So the ball will snap at about a minute 17. They may run this all the way down and stop it here with a timeout. We'll see what they do. You can't take them with you. You might as well call a timeout here. Stop it, make sure your play is right, but they decide not to do that.
Yeah, they did.
And they did call a timeout. Okay,
yep.
Called a timeout. So this is a timeout. The timeout on the field brought to you by IBEW Local 8. Since 1891, IBEW Local 8 has been the leader of the electrical construction industry in Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan. With over 2,000 members represented, IBEW would be happy to service any of your electrical needs. For more information, call 666-8920 or visit the website at ibew8.org. Back after this 30-second timeout on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
When it comes to diamonds, size does matter, and you'll get a bigger diamond for less every day at Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon. Plus, you won't find a better selection anywhere in Northwest Ohio. Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network. That was less than 30 seconds. I wasn't ready for that one. We're back. Crew in the truck is on par as always. Minute 18 to play, second quarter. Bryan has it. They have it 4th down and 6 at the 15. Yeah, and take a look at the end zone. The pylon on the end zone is outside the thing. So I was looking at the pylon, and it's totally outside the line. So I don't know what's going on, but both of them are like that. You're right. So.
They're social distance.
Social distance pylons. There you go. That's what it is. All right, so 4th and 6, ball at the 15-yard line. Wasson has 3 wideouts here on the right-hand side. One by himself. That's Titus Rohr. Rohr catches the ball. He's going to be dropped, and he's going to be short. I don't know about that one. I think that spot was not good. I think that was way past the first down marker.
Yeah, he threw it at kind of a back shoulder, just a 5-yard stop route, and threw it to the outside shoulder. He caught it. The kid from Delta tried to knock it away and actually got wrapped up and taken down right where he caught it. And that was a good drive by Bryan. They got Corbin Shepard going. It's going to open up everything else. And that time right there, even though they didn't get it, that's a play you can set up for later. Stop route and go maybe later against that size advantage to try and get a throw and a completion next time.
Okay, 1st and 10. Ball is at the 10 of Delta. Their own 10. Here we go. Up the middle as Treason reared.
This is where I'm assuming Delta's going to be plenty happy to just let it run out.
Run down, yep.
Go in down 4 and get the ball after half. And once again, I'm completely wrong because they're going fast.
That's okay. Here we go. Again, Tresnan Rear up the middle.
I cannot believe they did that. Bryan could call a timeout right now if they wanted. They've got 2. If they want to get it and try and get 2 stops and get a punt. I don't think they're going to. They're going to let it run down.
That makes it 3rd down and 2.
Well, I don't know why Delta did that.
Yeah,
why would you do that?
Because I have no idea.
The other team having 2 timeouts, they could have forced a punt. Now they're going to wait and let it run.
So they actually have to snap the ball with about 5 seconds remaining. 3rd and 2 at the 18. I can't imagine they're going to dial up a 82-yard touchdown here, but I've seen stranger things. And close to the 1st down, Tresnan Rear. We're going to give them 3. We're going to give them 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up 4th down, and that's going to be actually wind things down. So at the end of the first half, Bryan leads Delta 7-3 on the main stop scoreboard. We will be back with the IBEW Local 8 halftime show after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Or not.
They're calling him back.
They're calling him back.
That guy took...
Bryan called a timeout?
No. They said the clock stopped for a 1st down. The ref was stopping the clock with about 2 seconds. The clock kept going. And for some reason, the ref didn't say anything for about 5 minutes after that. Now he decided to. And I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. They're not going to do anything. They've got the clock already. The clock's set at 12:02 right now. So
I mean, I understand if he did, but you've got to say that right away. The teams are already halfway off the field.
So he got the
it's
first
odd.
down.
This is an odd one. There's a lot of flags, just a lot of odd things going on, man. I don't know if it's full moon or what's happening. It is. I'm being told by the crowd it is a full moon, and that explains everything because it's been a very weird just set of circumstances
and you know what?
all night.
Here's what's interesting. I don't think, did Delta get the first down or they get the turnover? They got the first down. Because the way it was lined up, the way the down markers are, if you see over there, they've got the down markers in trouble, and Coach Redhead wants to know what's going on.
No, he got it, and he stopped the clock with about 2 seconds. Instead, he just forgot to tell anybody.
So we're going to, we'll keep it right here for the last 2 seconds. All right. Both coaches are like, what's going on? Let's just let us go to break.
The only people more confused than us right now is probably the band because they thought they were going on and they had to get called back, and now they're going to get angry here in a second. I don't blame them.
You don't want to get the band angry.
That took 5 minutes for a 2-second kneel down.
Kneel down. Yep. There you go. So at the end of the first half of play, the main stop scoreboard shows Bryan 7, Delta 3. We'll try to go to break here again on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU.
Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger is a great group of experts with a common goal: to serve the legal needs of this area with the greatest degree of integrity and excellence. Along with that, they respect and support the athletes in tonight's game for their determination and teamwork. An attorney's relationship with their client is like the one between a coach and their player, a position of trust. Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger are proud supporters of all the athletes and wish them continued success always. The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
How would you like an opportunity to expand your business, start a business, or move your current operations to a place with high visibility? Misty King of Amerimaid Realty has office space for rent on South Portland Street inside the Community Health Professionals campus. This massive space offers an office, storage room, large central room, and access to a community room and shared bathrooms. It would be perfect for an eye doctor, physical therapist, hearing aid center, retail space, meeting room, professional office, and more. Phone Misty today at 633-4997. 633-4997 and ask about 1215 South Portland Street.
At American Family Insurance, they know your life has many moving parts. From your four wheels to your hard-earned home and the financial future of your family, they'll cover the things that matter most. Bundle your home and auto policies for possible savings and add life insurance for convenient, future-focused protection so you can keep dreaming towards what's next. For details, contact Danielle Van Atta, agent. Call 419-636-0408 or stop by 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Broward.
As we enjoy football this fall, we're reminded that winter isn't that far away. Now's the time to get your furnace checked out, and you can do that with confidence by calling Starks Plumbing and Heating Services. Take advantage of $25 off on the fall furnace tune-up. Also, if you're looking to purchase a new Lennox system, ask about an offer of up to a $1,350 rebate or 6 months no payments on qualifying Lennox equipment purchased between September 7th and November 27th. For all of your heating and plumbing needs year-round, call Starks Plumbing and Heating Services today, 1-800-329-40.
When a loved one passes away, there are all kinds of decisions to make for funeral arrangements.
But one thing you can do now to make it easier on your loved ones is to pick out a memorial. I'm Paul Rohrig at the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio.
And I'm Sally Jo Metzger. We're here to take the burden off of your family with just a conversation.
At Fackler Monument, we feature the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area.
The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924. Check us out online at facklermonument.com.
The Bryan Theater and the Field of Dreams Drive-In are proud to be working with Bryan Municipal Utilities and Bryan High School to bring you Bryan Football Live. We would also like to say thank you to Bryan Municipal Utilities for their support. After the game, make sure you go enjoy some food and drinks at a Bryan downtown restaurant.
Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network, it is halftime. The Bears lead 7-3 here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Chris Malanga, Brandon Fisher, and Fish, what did you think about that first half? What did you notice?
I think the refs are tired both mentally and physically from throwing flags and being confused. And I tell you what, Delta was impressive in the first quarter. We said they looked different. A lot of experience with 15 lettermen coming back, and they've got some size up front. They are quicker up front than what you look like on film and what you've seen in the past. And they were moving the ball a little bit. Penalties hurt them big time with the ground and pound offense that they have in the first quarter, but we're up 3-0. I think Bryan got more physical up front, and they've really kind of just stood them up a lot more here lately. And obviously the biggest play of the game so far, we had a couple turnovers, but the big play was Caleb Kepler climbing the ladder, going up and getting an 84-yard touchdown pass to get the lead.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at some halftime statistics. Let's see how well this works. Bryan had 3 first downs. They were all by the rush. Delta 4 first downs, 2 by the rush and 2 by the penalty. Bryan ran the ball 12 times for 58 yards, averaging 4.8 yards a rush. Delta ran it 16 times for 50 yards, 3.1. Passing, Wasson was 8 of 14 for 104 yards. That's 57% passing and an average of 13. He had 1 interception and 1 touchdown. Meanwhile, the quarterback on the other side, Rupel, was 0 for 4. And had 1 interception as well. Bryan had 162 total yards to Delta's 50. Bryan ran 27 offensive plays, took 11 minutes and 1 second to do so. And Delta ran 20 offensive plays, 12 minutes and 59 seconds. Penalties. Bryan was penalized 5 times for 50 yards. Delta penalized 4 times for 29 yards. Taking a look at some individual statistics, first for the Golden Bears. Shepard had 6 carries for 32 yards, a long of 26. Wasson had 5 carries for 15 yards, a long of 7. And then we had one player, I'm not sure who it was, who took it 11 yards on the fake punt. So we'll just give that one to the team for 11 yards passing. Again, Wasson was 8 of 14, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. His long was 84. But again, that was pretty much a 11-yard pass that Kepler turned into an 84-yard.
It was fun to watch.
Absolutely. Titus Rohr had 2 receptions for 7 yards, an average of 3.5. Let's see, Kepler had 3 receptions for 90 yards, including the 84-yard touchdown. Martinez had 1 catch for 6 yards. Damron 1 catch for a yard, and Shepard 1 catch for 0 yards. So that was what you see on the Bryan side of the field. On the Delta side, Delta was led by their main running back, Josh Treason-Rieger. He had 12 carries, 34 yards, and his long was 6. Davis had 3 carries for 11 yards. Cook had 1 carry for 5 yards, and the only thing, no passes completed. Rupel, 4 incompletions. So there you have it. Again, the leading rusher, as we expected, Josh Treason-Rieger. So we have a halftime score on the scoreboard, the main stop scoreboard of 7-3. We'll be back to analyze the first half and talk more about the second half after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Hello, my name is Father Andrew Wellman. I'm the parochial administrator at St. Patrick Parish in Bryan and here at Sacred Heart Parish in Montpelier. Thank you so very much for your warm welcome. Know how grateful I am to be here in these 2 wonderful communities. I look so much forward to getting to meet all of you and to growing together in our Catholic faith. God bless you.
Walking into Eliane's boutique, you'll find everything a woman needs. Clothing, accessories, shoes, jewelry, seasonal home decorations, skincare, and bath products. Wonderful treasures from all over the world that you normally only find in a woman's boutique in a major city. But the good news, Eliane's boutique is right here in downtown Bryan.
Relationships, expertise, value, and a great insurance experience has been at the heart of the Walters & Peck Agency and Andrews O'Neill & Lowe since the beginning. With these values, we come together as one team, strengthening our commitment to protect and invest in you and the communities we serve. Together, you can expect the same welcoming faces, high level of service, and new competitive options. Let us show you our best work by calling us or connecting with us on social media.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, it's halftime. I want to thank all the sponsors bringing you the game tonight here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Got to turn my page to see all of them. We've got Andrews O'Neill & Lowe, Bryan Ford Lincoln, Northwest State Community College, Jason Deach Collision and Customs, Crow Funeral Service, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet, Overland Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, the Bryan Theater, St. Patrick Church, Eliane's Boutique, the Mad Ox Men's Emporium, say that fast 5 times, Diamond and Gold Outlet, Premier Concrete Admixtures, and Veteran Services of Williams County. Thanks so much for joining us. Chris Malanga, Brandon Fisher, live from Delta and Fish. Thoughts on that first half?
Well, like I said, right now the offense is needing a kind of a kick to get moving, and Kepler gave them that, got some excitement going. The pocket is still collapsing a little bit on Watson. Now he's got a little happy feet. It's tough to hang in there when you're used to guys bearing down on you from the outside. So that's another one he's going to have to get a little bit more time where he can let some routes develop and actually get the ball through the air. But the fact that Corbin Shepard got some space to run opens up a lot of things offensively to help out with Bryan. Defensively, up front, they're getting a lot more physical, and I think Delta's getting tired out. A lot of guys going both ways. Some of those guys are going to get worn out if Bryan keeps with it. Last week, Delta goes 7-7 into halftime, wins the second half 28-0. So we know they can be a second half team, and they're going to get the ball first. So Bryan's got to come out, make a statement, get the ball back, and get a little bit of a pad here, let everybody kind of breathe and relax.
While you hear in the background the Delta Marching Band, I want to make one programming note. The Bryan Marching Band does not travel to away games, so it's not that we're not showing you the Bryan Band. They aren't here next week, though. When we're home, we will have the Bryan Band show at halftime. So, as we're in there talking to the players, you got some positives on the Bryan side you want to be happy about, but you also have a couple things you can tweak and correct here.
Yeah, I think that there's a couple times where their routes are just not quite getting as open as you would think, but he doesn't have the time. I guarantee the offensive line is getting a little bit of a talking to right now, just trying to keep them outside, not giving up the middle rush so at least he can step up, climb the ladder into the pocket, and get the ball down the field. A lot of quick throws, which is a good idea right now after last week and after having that early, just some smoke routes, swing routes, things like that. They've had Titus down the seam, and a lot of those times, a lot of really good plays by Wasson, keeping the play alive and letting them break off their routes. Right now, that's worked a lot. So I think they've used Titus a lot as a decoy in the flats, as a blocker, and a couple times where they had him split out, where they've run some stop routes. And now's a great time to kind of run and stop and go and mix it up with some sister plays. I'm sure they will. Defensively doing pretty well. Wasn't for a couple penalties here and there. Might have been a different story, but I'm sure there's going to be more of that with the full moon out tonight.
Penalties, you spoke of that. 5 penalties for 50 yards for the Golden Bears. Delta was penalized just 4 times for 29 yards. But it seems like this game, all the penalties came at like inopportune times.
Yeah, a lot of 3rd and 1s that became 3rd and 6, and a lot of swing plays so far with the turnovers, and then the fake punt goes, and then the pick, and a lot of stuff going back and forth. Very odd. And like we said, big time size advantage for Bryan up front. Offensive line's got about 60 pounds on the average on all the players in the D line from Delta. The other way around, it's not really much different. Delta's O-line 220 average, Bryan's D-line about 230. So you can see they're starting to get stood up a little bit more, kind of starting to get tired. And if you're thinking about this from Bryan's perspective, the way the first quarter went, everything kind of went for Delta. The fact that you're up 7-3 right now can be a really good thing, kind of positive, and get some momentum going second half.
Let's take a look at the scoring. Scoring was opened up by Delta. It came right inside the beginning of the second quarter, 11:05 remaining. The drive was a 6-play, 14-yard drive. It was after an interception by Bryan that they got the ball on Bryan's 29. They took it down to the 15, so 14 yards, and then it was a Austin Kohlhofer 32-yard field goal that could have probably been 50 yards.
It was that's unbelievable. I mean, that kid he's a big dude, 265 pounds, and he's kicking off, making field goals from 30 yards, and that had plenty of distance on it.
Now, Bryan, meanwhile, on that ensuing drive right after that, they went 3 plays, 68 yards. They started on their own 32-yard line. They went 3 plays, 68 yards in 1:09, so it was a quick strike because Kepler had an 84-yard touchdown reception that was more like a 10 or 11-yard reception with a lot of running afterwards.
We talked about him probably being featured as a cornerback on defense, and then he comes back in first game of his senior year. He's playing all receiver, moved Dakota Shaw to corner instead. He's almost had a pick. Kepler looks like a really athletic wide receiver out there. They put him in a slot. They put him out at the X. They put him at the split end. All those things, or the Y, I should say, or the Z receiver on the other side as well. So he's been all over the place. A lot of people are keying on Titus Rohrer, open things up for Caleb Kepler.
Yep, absolutely. And so Kepler has had a monster game. It's pretty amazing. So we're about ready to kick this one off. We're going to take a 30-second timeout and be back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
At Mad Ox Men's Emporium, we search from coast to coast to find the unique items that a modern man is looking for. Clothing that makes a statement and is very affordable. From fun socks to secret wallets. Watches that are fashionable and affordable. Saks briefs, pants and shirts that stretch and fit like no other. And ratchet-style mission belts. We'll get you ready for the barbecue and provide the snack for the party that follows. You'll find a little of everything at Mad Ox Men's Emporium in downtown Bryan.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, the main stop scoreboard shows Bryan 7, Delta 3 as we go to open the second half of play. Do you have any score updates that you had there?
Yeah, right now Liberty Center's up 21-20 on Archbold in really one of the biggest games of the league all year. And Wasion's up 27-0 over Swanton at the half. And the Blue Bombers are up 33-0 over Hilltop.
Opening kickoff is coming back quick. And let's see who returned that. That is going to be... That was going to be Blake Shawwecker, the 5'9", 150-pound senior, returned that one pretty much 15 yards. And so it'll be 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 31-yard line.
This is one of those games we talked about. Christian Hollister really shows up on film last week. Tonight it was such a scrum kind of jumbled mess it is in the middle. You're not going to be or have a lot of stats and be all over the stat sheet, but he's making a big time difference. They're putting him right over top of that A gap right there between the guard and the center.
Rupel has 2 wideouts here on the near side, 1 wideout on the far side, 2 backs in the backfield. He is under center. Snap, handoff. This is going to be Max Hoffman. Hoffman will hit the line and be driven backwards. And it looks like Hoffman's actually going to lose a yard.
And that time Delta tried to pull their guard, number 50, Evan Perry. He is by far the smallest guy on the line, and tried to pull out there. He's 173 pounds. He went against Titus Rohr and Christian Hollister, who are averaging about 255. I'm not sure that's going to work. Good play there by Titus, keep his leverage.
2nd and 11. Ball is spotted at the 30-yard line of Delta. They trail 7-3 against Bryan here with 11:19 remaining, 3rd quarter. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 wideouts here on the near side. They will look to throw. Rupel rolled to his right and almost picked off was Brevin Dekrosh. Almost off his fingertips. And that'll just go down as the 5th incomplete pass for Rupel on the night.
Yeah, this is a big deal right now for Delta. There's a huge deal between the 3-0 and down 7-3, because now the later it gets, the more uncomfortable they're going to get, and they're going to have to start throwing. You've got them at a huge disadvantage. Right there, he threw it right to Dekrosh. Just kind of got on him really quick, almost another pick there. We've had 3 that could have been picked off that haven't been, and nice job of staying in your lane as a defensive back. If you're Brevin Dekrosh in that play, you see a guy coming out booting at you, you want to go and hit him, so it's so tantalizing. Go hit him. Well, he did a nice job staying disciplined.
It would have been nice to get that touchdown at the end of the half there to be up 14-3, even more pressure. He's going to roll to his right again, Rupel is. Another throw. This time it's bobbled but caught, and that is Knapp. And that'll go down for 10, 15, 19 yards.
And by far the best throw tonight for Rupel from Delta. He was rolling out left again. They ran a guy up the seam right on the hash, and he threw that a little bit across his body, and he was wide open. Good catch on the bobble.
Ball at the 49-yard line. That's Rupel's first completed pass of the night. That maybe gives him a little confidence as he sends 2 wideouts on the far side. That is Davis and Knapp, and then 1 here on the near side. 2 backs in the backfield as Rupel goes under center. Left side moved again, and they didn't call it. Treason Reard goes forward, and he will pick up about 3.
Well, Delta's made an adjustment. They haven't allowed this line where the tight ends and everybody on the line is all together. They've done a lot more splitting out these receivers than they did last week, where they're trying to open things up where Bryan can't just run the 5-3 right at them. They got to at least respect those receivers and guard them outside, and it's actually opened up a couple gaps. It's not a lot, maybe get 3 yards instead of 2, but for them, that's exactly what they want.
They do. They want 3 to 4 yards every time, as we said in the pregame. 2nd and 7, ball spotted at Bryan's 48 now. 10:05 to play here, 3rd quarter. Delta trails 7-3 over Bryan. Man in motion, pitch now. That'll be pitched to DJ Davis, who will look to get the corner. Davis will pick up positive yardage and pick up about 3.
And there was what we talked about pregame. With this kind of offense, you usually see a lot of cut blocks. Bryan has taken Christian Hollister, their best defensive lineman so far this year, put him over Evan Perry from Delta, who's 173 pounds. Hollister is 255. That time Perry has had enough of getting blown off the ball. He just cut blocked him and got right into his knees that time as they pitched it right at him.
This will be 3rd and 5. Ball is spotted at the 46-yard line now.
Good job by Hollister, because that takes a blocker out of the play, though. Even if that happens, you can tell he's making an impact on the game.
Absolutely he is. All right, here we go. Ball is snapped. Rupel has a big block on the side. He gets to try to turn the corner, and he's actually going to get about 2 on the play.
Yeah, really good job there. Dylan McCandless kind of out of his comfort zone that time, rolling left, bootleg, and he was out there almost in between a backer and a lineman, not sure if he should go get him, and had a pump fake by Rupel, a fake kind of jab step there, stayed right with him. Great job by McCandless to get him down to the ground. That could have easily been a 10-yard gain.
All right, here we go. 4th and 3. They're going to stay here with it. 4th and 3. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 wideouts on the far side, 1 here on the near side. Big play here for the Bryan defense. Rupel goes to handoff, and positive yardage and the first down. is Tresnan Rear. That's going to be a pickup of 5. And didn't want that to happen right there.
Yeah, on 4th and 3, that's a huge deal. Right there, they pulled the left guard all the way to the right side of the center, brought him up through the hole. He got through free. They've tried to do that a few different times, haven't gotten up through the hole to the second level. That time they did. And JTR, as I'm going to call him from now on, so I don't screw up his name, got through there. Big time play for Delta.
8 minutes to play. The main stop scoreboard shows Bryan 7, Delta 3, but Delta is driving as they have it 1st and 10 on Bryan's 39-yard line. 2 wideouts split on the far side, 1 here on the near side. Pitch. And that is going to be Tresnan Rear again.
Fumble.
Oh, let's see. Did they call him down or was it a fumble?
Bryan players are jumping like they've got it. Yeah, they do. They got it.
All right, so that's a fumble. So they get it all the way down to the 39-yard line of Bryan, and they fumble. They had a good drive going with 7:40 remaining. They had milked some clock, and then they had the turnover. So Bryan will get it. Ball will be spotted at their own 41-yard line.
Man, the swing plays in this are so odd. If somebody has a big play, it goes against them the next play. Big-time 4th down conversion by Delta, and they cough it up. Looks like they ran the same exact play offensively, and he coughed it up.
All right, so now the Bears will have it. Let's see if they can take advantage of the turnover. Wasson will have it. He'll hand to Shepard, and Shepard will get maybe a yard. He's going to get a foot. We'll give him a yard, though.
At the moment, Delta's kind of daring them to throw a little bit. They haven't seen a lot of throws yet, and they're coming after him. They're coming off the edges really fast, just straight at it, really not showing much discipline because right now they're not worried about it. Got to make a couple throws here if you're Wasson to loosen it up.
Dakota Shaw here on the near side. He's got 2 wideouts on the far side. Back in the backfield. Empty. Throwing outside, that is Shepard. Shepard will get the corner and get the first down. He will come all the way inside Delta territory.
Well, I like
and
him.
There's a flag on the play.
Of course. I like Corbin Shepard. That was a good swing route. Running back came out of the backfield. Really accurate throw there by Ethan Wasson. Got ahead of steam, threw it out in front of him on the right side, put his head down and got another good 6-7 yards.
Let's see what their call is going to be. Eligible downfield. So that's going to be wipe that sucker out. So that'll be, okay, so they snap that one at the 42. Let's see how far back they go. Let's see what they do. They're still marching.
Wasn't that throw behind the line?
I thought it was behind
the line of scrimmage?
I thought it was too, but
because if it's equal or behind the line of scrimmage, it doesn't matter.
That's going to take them. That's going to be a 5, 10, 15, 17-yard penalty.
I don't understand. If you throw a swing pass like that, that's right on the line, you're allowed to be down the field. Or it's behind.
So, okay, now no, okay, they moved it back up. So now it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. They went from 17 to 5. We'll take it, though. So 2nd and 9. And I agree with you there. So
where they have the ball is not 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. It's only like 4. Now they move. This is, man.
Titus Rohr actually backed up. He actually backed up a yard.
Yeah, I apologize to people listening, but it's hard to explain when it's changing every 5 seconds.
Blitz coming. It's picked up. They're going to throw down to Titus Rohr. Rohr fighting the guy. Where's the flag? No interference, but that same way the other way. And Titus Rohr wants it too. Last time, the Bears had barely any contact. Rohr was like being held the whole way down and no flag. And if I'm on the Bryan side, I am really, really not happy right now.
And the safety got over there late. That was just a 9 route on the right side here, short side of the field, close to us, and threw it up. Ball was a little underthrown.
He was all over him, though. Same play's coming. They're going to try it again. Nope, now they're going the other way.
They brought their safety over that time.
Shepard, and he loses the football, goes to catch.
They tried to run a screenplay that time. Looked like the same setup. Shepard came out like he did earlier. Titus went down the field to clear it out and threw the pass, just dropped by Shepard in the backfield. Looked like he had some room. Now they got a punt.
Yep, and that's going to be, wow, I can't believe that, because That is just rough to not have that interference call. So here we go. Aurora is standing at his 22. He puts a foot into it. Good, solid punt. It'll bounce at the 19 and keep rolling. The Bears are going to stick around it, and it'll go all the way to the 10. So that was a great punt. About a 50-yard punt. So it's down, and Delta will have it starting at the 10-yard line. Nice punt there, so at least you get some position. 52 yards, they say officially.
Yeah, that was a spiral line drive. Looked like a pass. That was a really nice kick, and especially it's such a huge deal with a team like this. You get them back there and pin, you never know. They've had 3 balls that could have been picked off. Right now, maybe the easiest way to score at the moment might be to get a turnover down here and bring it in.
All right, so Delta has it. 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line. Ball is right there on the 10. Rupel in the backfield. He's got 2 guys with him. He will go under center. He's got a wideout split each way. Rupel looks to hand off. And bouncing off the first tackler and then moving backwards. Bears will drag him all the way down. They're going to give him forward progress to the 6. So that's going to be a loss of 4. That's Max Hoffman.
Yeah, another lead play there, trying to run it left to right over the guard, and he bounced it out, made a couple guys miss. Caleb Kepler came up and took care of it. Really huge play. Now you're 2nd long, and if you're Delta, you got to play it safe here. This is big time for Brian. No penalties.
Absolutely.
No penalties. Right now, Delta's going to really struggle to get 14 yards with their offense and two downs. Be disciplined, no penalties. You're going to get the ball back in midfield or better.
2nd and 14, ball spotted at the 6. The main stop scoreboard shows 7-3 in favor of Bryan, 5:51 remaining. Here we go. 2 backs in the backfield behind Rupel. 2 split out here, and we're going to see a timeout. And it's going to be a timeout for Delta. So this timeout on the field is being brought to you by IBEW Local 8. Since 1891, IBEW Local 8 has been the leader of the electrical construction industry in Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan. With over 2,000 members represented, IBEW would be happy to service any of your electrical needs. For more information, call 419-666-8920 or visit the website at IBEW8.org. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network, presented by BMU.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, 7-3, Bryan leads. Delta has it 2nd and 14. Ball at their own 6-yard line. They took a timeout here to talk about this one. 2 backs in the backfield behind Rupel, 2 wideouts here on the near side. That's going to be a handoff, and that was Josh Tresnan-Reard. He will pick up about 4 yards.
Yeah, Bryan doing a nice job of not letting them get to the gap where they want to go. They wanted to pull that and go right to left offensively around the tackle or over to the tackle spot. They're pushing them back, making them cut back into guys that are waiting there in the cutback lane. Good job there. And on 3rd and 11 again, they are not comfortable with this. If they're disciplined, no penalties, you got a good shot getting the ball back.
They're going to put 10, they say 10 on the scoreboard, so it's 3rd and a long 10, we'll say. 5:06 remaining. They are at their own 10-yard line. Actually 9.5. Rupel will pitch over to DJ Davis.
That's a hold.
And Davis will, now we got a penalty.
It's got to be a hold.
Let's see what the call is. Davis gets back to the, maybe he even lost a yard. Let's see what the penalty is. That is going to be a hold on Delta, so Delta will get a 10-yard penalty. Holding's at 10, right?
Yeah, it's going to be halfway to the goal line
distance,
though, right now.
So they're at the. So that'll be a 5-yard net penalty.
He declined that, get 4th down. Tell you what, Brevin Dekrosh made another play, came in there to got his pitch left for Delta to the big side of the field, and he got out there, came in like a cannon out there, and got the holding penalty. He's made a few really good plays like that have changed some drives.
All right, so Delta looks to punt. He is punting from his own end zone, and the punter is Josh Treason-Rear. High snap, foot into it, nice punt. And Jay Damron will pick it up at the 45-yard line and just be pummeled.
Yeah, he kind of was confused on that. The punt, Damron was in the middle. The punt went to the right in between the hash and the numbers, and he didn't go after it at first, took a big hop. He came to get it, and boy, I tell you what, I thought we were going to get that ball on Delta's 40.
Yep.
We're going to get it closer to our 40, I believe.
It's going to be on our 44-yard line. That was a good punt.
It was.
Good punt by JTR. I have to go with your thing there.
It sounds cool, doesn't it?
It does sound cool. So 1st and 10, ball will be spotted at the Bryan 44-yard line. Bears have not had much offense. They went 3 and out on their first time. They've got trips here on the near side, one on the far side. Snap. Shepard with it. He'll go forward, pick up a couple.
I tell you what, number 50, Evan Perry, we talked about him being the smallest guy. Offensive line, he is a linebacker, and he's made a couple shoestring tackles tonight on Shepard and a couple others that were really open. That handoff right there was wide open, barely got tackled. Otherwise, he'd still be running.
He followed Joey Douglas right through the center of that line. Doubles here, doubles on the other side. One back in the backfield. Bryan moving left to right. Looking to throw. Wasson will throw down. Catch made. And 1st down yardage, that is Titus Rohr.
That was Dakota Shaw,
Oh, was it Shaw?
Yeah. That was the most accurate pass I've seen Wasson make. It was but it was the cleanest pocket he had. He had a clean 5-step drop, nobody in his face. Great job by the O-line. He got to step into that throw, and it was really accurate throw outside shoulder.
That's going to be a 7-yard pickup on that one for Dakota Shaw and a 1st down. Wasson looking to throw again, and he is just going to be tackled way back into Bryan territory. What a tackle by Max Hoffman.
And beyond it, they rolled the pocket to the right that time, and if you're Wasson, I think he overran it. They still had a little bit, they had a clean pocket, had to stop a little bit quicker than that. He almost went right into the guy where the lineman was waiting, didn't have as much pressure that time.
That is a big loss. That's
again,
about 10-yard loss right there.
Another big play, and then it's a step back the other way. There's so many swing plays that have gone through this game.
That'll be 2nd and 19. Ball is now back in Bryan territory at the 47. Another throw by Wasson, and this time he gets sacked again. And he's going the wrong direction. That's another.
Blake Shawwecker, senior, is 150 pounds going up against Zane Bell at left tackle, who's about 318, and he made a little bit of an outside move and just got back to the inside of him. And Wasson never had a shot on that one. By the time he hit that 5th step on the drop back, he got hit.
3rd and 27 now. Ball at the 40-yard line. Wasson will look to throw. He'll throw down deep, turning, and he's being overthrown. That was Cannon Lamberson. So that's going to turn a positive drive where you started your own 44-yard line. You've now backed yourself up to your own 27, and you're going to have to punt.
And I will say a good positive there on that one. They brought Christian Hollister in to play left tackle, and there was a pretty clean pocket right there. He had a chance to step up and had some time. Just nobody open downfield, but they moved him to left tackle, had a decent pocket right there.
DJ Davis back to field the punt for Delta. Titus Rohr will kick at his own 25. Kick is up. Good punt. Davis will catch it at the 21. And he will be pummeled at the 25. It was a 52-yarder again.
Yeah, it had some pressure on him too. That's a really good kick under pressure. And
40-yard punt. 40-yard, okay.
Yeah, they had a big play, good clean pocket. We get a throw and then a couple sacks. Really just hurt. It wasn't penalties this time. This time got a couple sacks, but when Hollister came in, it seemed subtle, but that was a really good job blocking up front a couple different times there. It looked better.
Delta will have it 1st and 10. Ball at their own 25-yard line, and Bears are keeping Delta in this one.
This game's moving quick.
It is. 2:32 on the main stop scoreboard. It's going to be a pass, and before he gets it off, he's going to be sacked. Rupel goes down.
There's Dekrosh again. Dekrosh came from the right side on the end, ran it all the way down. They never blocked him. You don't account for him because they're trying to move the pocket right on the rollout, and he ran him down, nowhere to throw it down the field. Great job. Brevins had some good plays tonight.
Absolutely. 2nd and 14, so it's going to be a loss of 4 there for Rupel. 2nd and 14, ball at the 21-yard line. Trips here. So look, we don't see a lot from Delta with just one back in the backfield. Swing pass. Bears go to make the tackle, and that's a pickup of about 3 yards.
Yeah, just a swinger out right there. Inside guy comes out on the swing pass to the left. 2 other receivers come out to block, and Carter Brown came up. I thought he got blocked in the back. He made a nice play to turn that. Looked like it could have been a penalty, but he was there making a nice play, playing a lot more defense tonight than he did last week.
Sean Cook wasn't even on the starting roster, and he's had 2 catches now tonight. 5'7", 170-pound running back for Delta. So now they'll go trips the other way, but they're all in tight. Now they'll split out on the left-hand side, Briar Knapp. Rupel again, he'll roll to his right. Titus Rohr is chasing him down, and pass is incomplete. It skips, and now we're going to get a penalty flag.
And it's going to be a late hit. They rolled it to the right, tried to throw it late, didn't get it, and I think Carter Brown came up, made the hit, and didn't see the ball already gone. Actually hit the receiver.
So I don't understand that call, because if he catches the ball, that's a good tackle, right?
Yeah, I think it was a little late. I don't think he ever saw the ball. He was trying to come up and guard him, and just one of those things, just kind of hard to tell, hard play to make.
Well, the flag was thrown 6 yards down, so let's see where they're going to mark this.
Penalty on Brian. Personal foul.
Let's see, they'll mark this down, so that's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Delta will automatically get a 1st down.
Yeah, it was a personal foul, late hit, so it was definitely, it was a 15-yarder. Now they're all the way to the 39, and that's really the only way they've moved the ball in chunks is on penalties right now.
They've had big-time penalties from Brian. Brian's penalties 5-5, 15-10, 15, 5-15. So, yeah, here you go, 1st down. Delta, ball is spotted at the 39-yard line, 55 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Rupel looking to throw. Some separation happens, ball is tipped and incomplete. The intended receiver was Briar Knapp, and he had good coverage. I think Cannon Lamberson came in on that one.
That was A.J. Martinez here one-on-one. It was a stop and go. They faked the smoke route, kind of stop hitch, and he was actually really open. He had about 6-7 yards, and if that ball is thrown on the money, it's a touchdown. He underthrew it big time, gave A.J. a chance to close in on it.
Okay, so 2nd and 10.
I thought it was a touchdown when he threw it because he was really open.
Ball is at the 39-yard line. Handoff. And moving forward is Tresnan Reard. He will pick up, let's see where they spot it. He'll pick up about 5.
Really just a straight dive play there. That time Christian Hollister got through so quick through the gap. He actually got a lot of depth, and the play went right by him. You can tell he's starting to wear them down big time up front.
All right, 3rd and 5. You can hear Coach Redhead from across the way calling what he wants to do. All the way over here on the other side in the press box. So that mask is not keeping him quiet.
It's just odd with so few fans.
I know.
I wish we had everybody.
Absolutely. Handoff again. And again, that's Tresnan Reard.
They're not really pulling guards a lot. There's not a lot of motion, something they usually do. It's really just straight dives right now.
That's 2 on that one for him. And are we going to get a timeout?
End of the third.
Oh, end of the third quarter. There we go. So 7-3 on the main stop scoreboard. Bryan leads. We'll have the fourth quarter action after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU.
The service is over. All the family and friends have returned home. Everybody's returned to their own life. Sometimes there just needs to be a little more help. That's when the staff at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Aftercare Director Kurt Bennett are here to continue to serve you.
Whether it's through grief groups, needing additional information, or sitting down with Kurt, we can help you cope during your grief journey. From pre-need to aftercare, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home. Just because you walked out the door doesn't mean we forgot about you.
Helping others isn't just kindness, it's my life. That's why I chose Northwest State.
All roads begin at Northwest State. Visit northweststate.edu today.
Impede Intraseal is a better way to make concrete. It's added to your concrete permanently at the Ready Mix plant that begins protecting your concrete on day one. Impede Intraseal forms a powerful barrier that repels water from all sides, because water can wreak havoc on unprotected concrete when temperatures drop and the freeze-thaw cycle begins. Ask for Impede Intraseal concrete to protect your investment and never seal again. Go to neversealagain.com to find a producer near you.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU. We start the fourth quarter of play as the main stop scoreboard shows Bryan 7, Delta 3, main stops of Northwest Ohio. The main stop is the best stop with 79 cents. Fountain drinks on Thursday. So Delta is going to punt. Punt is in the air, and it's a good punt. Catch is made by Damron. And he will go down the right sideline.
Go.
And he is still on his feet and finally brought down at the 45-yard line of Delta, 46-yard line. So that is a big return there.
Great run right there. I thought for sure he was going to get pinned in. He had 3 Delta guys coming down on him. He was running to the right side of the field, our right to left. And he made a few guys miss. Really good job. Flipped the field. I got to say hi to the kids, Chris. It's killing them waiting.
Sure.
They said I would. Sophie, Charlotte, and Ben, as they're watching at home, said it's coming through well.
Awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for loaning me your dad.
Oh, they're killing me. They're not saying it over the radio.
Shepard with the ball. He is going to pick up positive yardage. He'll pick up 2.
What a huge play right there. I mean,
yeah.
Delta's trying to play it safe on 4th and 3. Normally they go for it. You get a punt, think it'd be a 70-yard field, and Damron, that's a big play. Close games, you need other things to happen. Special teams is one of them.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 8. Ball at the Delta 44. Bryan has trips to the right side. Wasson drops the ball, picks it up, and now he's running for his life. And he is just going to be swarmed, and that'll be a loss of about 4. That ball just dropped after the snap.
Yeah, I don't think it was a bad snap. It just looked like he didn't handle it well. And like we said, there's a big change up front right now for Bryan. They've got Christian Hollister playing both ways. He's now the left tackle. And I think 67, Joey Douglas, is now the right tackle.
Yeah, Douglas has come in relief. So now doubles on both sides. One back in the backfield is Shepard. Again, dropped. Or I think it hit somebody.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Did it hit the up back?
That ball dropped right by the line of scrimmage. Never really got back to him, and I think it might have been Kellen Rigg, the center, got on top of it. I couldn't tell, but boy, that was close.
That was not a good series right there.
Right now it feels like the only way Delta can get down the field and score is a turnover or penalties, and about had both.
Oh, fake. No, a fumble. He's going to get it off, and he hit him. I don't know that he got. Yep, absolutely. There was not any contact with the ball. Titus Rohr got hammered. He was scrambling for his life, ready to kick the ball. Let's see how this goes. That should be a personal foul, but I don't know if the 15's enough to get it there. It is a personal foul, roughing the kicker.
Well, here's the problem. That snap went over his head. He got it. If you make any sort of running motion as the punter, even if it's to get away from anybody, you are no longer protected by that rule. And what Delta is arguing, the coaches are out on the field saying he ran, trying to get away at first, and then got hit on the punt. If you make any running motion whatsoever, you're no longer protected. It's not a penalty. Boy, I'm sure glad they called it, though.
Yeah, let's see what they do here. The Bryan offense is back on the field, but we've got two officials talking now.
I sure hope it sticks.
I hope they don't wave this off.
I hope it sticks, but if he makes a running motion, that does change everything. I can see what Delta's arguing. Big time, another swing play, man. Things go wrong, almost a turnover. Think you're going to punt, and now you get a break on the call.
So that's going to be a 15-yarder. From the original spot. Bryan will get a penalty, or a first down via the penalty, and so a new life here. New life for the Golden Bears. Now that's not a separate drive, right? This is the same drive continuing.
Same drive, penalty, first down, just like anything else.
Shepard will carry forward for about a yard, maybe two.
I'm glad I'm glad Titus didn't get hurt on that. That's the kind of play where you get hit in your plant leg when you're kicking. It's easy to buckle a knee or something. Yep. Brian's got a player down. Looks
that's
like Corbin.
Shepard.
Oh, no. Corbin Shepard's down.
And the coaches for Delta are they're demonstrating on the sideline how the punt was.
I can understand what they're saying.
Absolutely.
If you run, it doesn't matter. You're now a ball carrier.
So 9:42, main stop scoreboard shows 7-3. Why don't we take this opportunity to thank our sponsors here on the Golden Bears Sports Network during this injury timeout. And both coaches are just working the official there. Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Bryan Ford Lincoln, Northwest State Community College, Jason Deach Collision and Custom, Krill Funeral Service, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, BMU Cable and High Speed Internet, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, the Bryan Theater, St. Patrick Church, Ellie Ann's Boutique, the Mad Ox Men's Emporium, Diamond and Gold Outlet, Premier Concrete Admixtures, Veteran Services of Williams County, Starks Plumbing and Heating, Fackler Monument, American Family Insurance, Amerimaid Realty, Bryan Parks and Rec, and newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Brininger. I'll tell you what, Coach Ruppel is not going away. He wants his case heard, and he was out there in the middle of the field talking to the official, and he's still talking to the official. He probably has a point.
I mean,
we are homers.
Delta would have had the ball on the plus side of the 50. If they don't call that, it's such a swing call right there.
Yep, 2nd and 9 on the 35 after the roughing the kicker penalty. Wasson throws, and that was just a mismatch. I don't know what was going on there. I don't know.
Yeah, that time they tried to throw a hitch route. They had trips to the left, and it looked like number 19 for Delta, Shawwalker kid again came through there, almost picked it off. He got right through the block of the receiver. They're trying to throw it outside, and luckily it wasn't picked off.
Shawwecker is also your kick returner as well, and he has been a tough kid. We've called his name quite a bit tonight.
There's a lot of utility guys, man. I mean,
absolutely.
You got to give them a lot of credit.
Doubles to the near side here, one wide out on the far side, back in the backfield, and it's going to be a sack. Wasson will lose 12 yards on that one.
And that time somebody came through, looked like right through between the center and guard, just free. I'm not sure if somebody thought it was supposed to be a screen, because it looked like he was waiting on that, and a couple other guys were not doing that. I'm not sure miscommunication or what, but he got a clean hit right on Wasson as soon as he caught it. Luckily he didn't get hurt, because as we know, his backup, Dylan Dominic, got hurt Saturday, and he is out for a while, so it's a tough one to lose if he does get hurt.
Punt this time will bounce and be into the end zone for a touchback. That was close. I tell you what, Mikey Wolf was jetting down there.
That's one of those, it's so frustrating on the Bryan side. After you get a break like that, you want to punch it in and make them pay, and couldn't get it done. Really not a bad punt at all by Titus Rohr. That was almost stopped at the 1 yard line, which would have been huge. And now you got 8:41 to go in the game. Bryan's up 7-3, Delta with the ball. Delta hasn't moved it much at all. Nope. And when they did, it was really early, and they hurt themselves with penalties. So a lot of confidence right now with Bryan's defense, because pretty soon Delta's going to have to start doing stuff that they're not used to or don't like to do, and that's throw the ball.
All right, well, they have doubles here on the near side. Still two backs in the backfield behind Ruppel. See what Delta does here. Handoff. Moving up a couple of yards is Josh Tresnian-Reard.
Yeah, and Brian will give them that the rest of the game right there. Another lead play. One back goes up as a lead blocker. They don't do it out of the eye like you normally used to with the ISO plays. It's one guy behind the quarterback, another one off to the side. And Brian's doing a nice job right now keeping them 3-2-1 yard every time it's a run. And 8 minutes to go, they'll let them do that. Just don't give up a big chunk play or any bad penalties again.
Absolutely. And, you know, with it being 7-3, I mean, Delta can run their offense.
They can, absolutely.
So 8:05, ball is spotted at the 23-yard line, 2nd and 7 for Delta. This is going to be a handoff, and it's bobbled, and this is going to be a loss. That is Max Hoffman. Hoffman will lose yardage. He'll lose the 3 that JTR got. And,
Hot potato.
He bobbled that one.
Hot potato right at the mesh point there, tried to hand it off. Nobody really seemed like they knew if they wanted it or not, and almost another big break turnover for Brian. You would think right now, 3rd and 9, they'd have to throw the ball.
You would think.
They're getting close to the point. They still don't have to go for it on 4th down, but right now the straight-up dives and stuff just aren't working for them.
Here we go. 3rd and 9. 21-yard line is the line of scrimmage. Throw coming, and it is picked off. This is Jay Dameron at the 10, the 5, touchdown Bears! Wow, Rupel was looking for, was that Knapp or Hoffman?
Yeah, I don't know. It was another fake counter in the backfield. Has his back to him, turns around, rolls out left. He had a guy open that was kind of in the flats and overthrew him pretty bad. Jalen Dameron, nice job of taking advantage this time and hanging on to it. Great run back.
So Dameron will get the touchdown with 7 minutes to play.
Good job up front. We said they're going to get uncomfortable, have to throw here soon. Great play and get a breather for Brian.
Kick is up by Brown, and that is good. And that was about a 30-yard return, 25-yard return, right?
Man, that feels good, doesn't it? To get that one. It's been just kind of hanging and hanging all game, trying to put it away, and it's still not done yet. Only 14-3. But that's a huge one because now if you're Delta, you really have to start throwing the ball, and they don't want to do that.
We'll take a timeout here on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU.
Relationships, expertise, value, and a great insurance experience has been at the heart of the Walters & Peck Agency and Andrews O'Neill & Lowe since the beginning. With these values, we come together as one team, strengthening our commitment to protect and invest in you and the communities we serve. Together, you can expect the same welcoming faces, high level of service, and new competitive options. Let us show you our best work by calling us or connecting with us on social media.
It has certainly not been a normal summer here at Bryan Ford Lincoln, but we've adapted and we look forward to even better times ahead. The 2021s are arriving, and that means exciting new vehicles like the new family of Ford Broncos and the all-electric Mustang Mach-E. While they're not in stock yet, we have all the details and can help you pre-order one today.
Here's the kickoff after Brian had a pick 6. And I don't know, I thought that touched him as it was going by, but they're going to say touchback, and so Delta will have it at their own 20-yard line.
That's a big deal. Quinn Brown's had 2 touchbacks, and it's, people aren't going to talk about that much or pay attention to it. That's a big deal. How many times do you see touchbacks in a lot of these high school games? You just don't. A lot of times they get the ball at 35-yard line, something like that, and kicking it out of there and giving it to them at the 20 is a big deal in a close game.
Absolutely. So let's see what Delta does. Now they may have to change their offense as they're down 14-3. Let's see, though. They have not had much success throwing the ball. Rupel has 1 reception for 19 yards. He is 1 of 7. And we're going to see a timeout for Delta. So this timeout is being brought to you by IBEW Local 8. They've been the leader in the electrical construction industry in Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan. For more information, call 419-666-8920 or visit IBEW8.org. We're going to keep things right here, and let's talk about this last 7 minutes. If you're Delta, what are you doing at this point?
Like I said, the game's not over. You can still run some of the plays that they're accustomed to, but I haven't seen a lot of their motion that they showed on film last week A lot of straight dives trying to take advantage of the interior because Bryan has more speed. But right now they can't keep doing that and getting 3 yards a pop. The clock's going to run out on them. They're going to have to try a little motion sweep, maybe some hitch routes, stuff like that. And at the moment you can see the quarterback, Ruppel, is just uncomfortable throwing the ball. They're trying to get him out of the pocket to give him a better shot at it. But right now I think you keep him inside, don't give him the edge so he can't get some chunk yards running out there as well.
What do you think the difference is between Bryan and Evergreen as far as that makes them do the different formation?
I'm not sure. I think Evergreen doesn't have the speed that Bryan does. You can run that outside more and get around him for those guys. Bryan's got a little bit more speed. It's not going to work going lateral.
1st and 10, ball at the 20-yard line for Delta, 7 minutes exactly. They will hand off, and this is Tresnan Reard, and he will pick up no gain.
Yeah, another lead play, same kind of deal we've seen all night. Christian Hollister got in there again, number 78 for Bryan, having another strong game. He's put together 2 pretty good ones to start off his senior year.
Clock is counting, 14-3 on the main stop scoreboard. Main stop is the best stop. So we've got doubles here on the near side, single receiver on the far side, 2 backs in the backfield. Ruppel is your quarterback. He's looking to throw. He throws the right side. He throws a wounded duck, but it's a catch. That is Briar Knapp.
It looked like, not sure if there was a miscommunication or what on the side of Bryan, but Ruppel saw they were running down the right side, just a 9 route, and that time nobody really backed. Brevin Deckrosh was around there kind of hanging out in the hook zone a little bit. Good job by Ruppel. He's just a sophomore, little guy, 140 pounds, but he got it out there. Good job by him.
Knapp has now caught passes for 35 and 19.
That's the one thing you couldn't give up for Bryan was a long pass. It's the first one of the day.
2 backs, they'll hand off. This is Hoffman. Hoffman looking to get the corner, and he will pick up about a yard, maybe 2.
That right there is the difference. We just talked about it. Last week, I guarantee if he gets out there and gets a kick, he's getting a lot of yards. Team speed from Bryan, just a little bit too much for them to go lateral. He got around. Dylan McCandless was on the end trying to turn him back in. He got around that, and good job closing speed there. Jalen Dameron, somebody else came in from the safety spot.
All right, this will be 2nd and 8. Clock is running at 5:37. The main stop scoreboard shows 14-3. Ball is spotted at the 43 of Bryan. Delta will have it, trying to get back in this game. They have trips here, 3 wideouts here on the near side, 1 back in the backfield. They will pitch to their back. Now he's going to throw it down, and the strike is not on the money. That was a pitch back to DJ Davis, and they were looking for Briar Knapp down the sideline, and he just overthrew him, and he would have had, if that was on the money, that was 6.
Yeah, it was a stop and go, fake a block, and A.J. Martinez was on the coverage man-to-man. He was wide open. You could see he was kind of pulling up like he was going to throw it, and they've had a couple that were really close to being touchdowns and just didn't get either one of them, so good break there for the Bears.
Absolutely. So Davis will go down as a incomplete pass. That makes up 3rd and 8. Ball at the 43-yard line. Clock stops on the incomplete, so 5:15. And they've got trips here again on the near side. And now he's in shotgun, which we haven't seen tonight. Looking to throw. He throws across the middle, and he finds him at 1st down to Knapp for 11. Well, actually, that's going to be for 8.
I tell you what, that was an impressive throw by Nate Ruppel. He's real, like I said, he's a sophomore, only about 140 pounds. He rolled right and had Titus Rohrer and another lineman from Bryan bearing down on him. He threw that in a tight window. Really good play by the quarterback from Delta, young quarterback.
All right, 1st and 10. Ball at the Bryan 35. 5:02 and counting here on the main stop scoreboard. 14-3 Bryan. Ruppel looks to throw again. He finds his man out of bounds. And that is going to be Cook who catches that one.
Yeah, stop route right down the field, or smoke route if you want to call it that. Threw that pretty good, and it was pretty close to a late hit from Bryan right there. He scampered out of bounds. You know they're probably going to throw it quick. Nick Harold was bearing down on him. He's actually made a couple nice throws here.
All right, so 2nd and 5. They're going to try to hit the sideline, get out of bounds too, and use those for the time. Double receivers on the far side. He's looking that direction. Now he's going to roll. He's flushed out of the pocket. Still looking to roll, and he is going to be pushed out of bounds by the Golden Bears.
Rupel, the ball carrier.
Rupel has it, and he gained probably about a yard.
Yeah, good job defensive backfield, just trying to keep everybody in front of them. Don't give up the big play like we almost did earlier. Good job there, and just good job as well from the young quarterback. Just don't risk it now. You can't do it. If you do, throw it away. No big deal. Run out of bounds. Throw a pick, and the game's over. So good job there by both sides.
All right, 3rd and 4 at the 29 now. 4:44. The clock stops on the out of bounds. 2 receivers here on the near side, 1 bunch tight on the left side, 2 backs in the backfield. Rupel now in shotgun again. High snap, he'll hand off. This is going to be Tresnan Rear, and he will get not even back to the original line of scrimmage. He'll actually lose a yard.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they were trying to catch Brian sleeping on that one or what. It was kind of a draw play. They ran a fold. The right guard came around the tackle pinned down, and just tried to run something different. I'm not sure if that was the right time to do it. Luckily for Brian, they lost a yard. Now you've got him in an uncomfortable spot, 4th and 5.
4th and 5 at the 30. 4:12 and counting. Bears need a stop right here. Trips here on the near side. Rupel will throw. Catch is made. Short of the first down. That's going to be to Hoffman.
Lamberson on the tackle.
And Cannon Lamberson on the tackle. Hoffman picked up no yardage on that one.
First down, Brian.
That'll be a turnover on downs. Bears will have it now.
You'd think you see a healthy dose of Corbin Shepard here. He's back on the field after being hurt earlier, so it's great to see him back out there. And this is where you want this as a team, your chance to salt the game away, run out the clock.
All right, Wasson has Shepard in the backfield with him. They'll hand him out. Up the 30 to the 35. He's still on his feet. He'll stretch forward and get near the first down, but he will pick up 9.
Well, he runs hard. He's
Yes,
170 pounds. He doesn't look like it. He's strong lower body. He keeps his legs churning, and they brought the right guard around. Parker Vollmer came right to left and led up right through the second level there. It's supposed to, they're waiting on the chain gang to move.
Did he get a first down?
Yeah,
he
got
must
a
have.
first.
All right, well, I thought he was short by. Originally, they had him marked short.
10-yard gain on the play. First down, Brian.
We'll take it. So another first down for the Golden Bears.
14-3 with 3:40 to go. Delta's only got one more timeout, and you think you get a first down or a couple first downs, game should be over.
Titus Rohr is lined up behind the line. Got one back in the backfield, 2 wideouts. Ball is snapped. Shepard with it again. Shepard goes around the line to the 50. He is tackled. Big hit there made
Shepard, the ball
by
carrier. Tackle by
Sean Cook. Shepard picks up the first down and about 5 more.
Really good hole over
There's
the
a
left
flag.
tackle, but it must be from holding, I believe. They're going to bring Brian back. Well, I don't know who the ref is. They don't they don't tell you. I think he did the motion what it was, but it's right after, and you don't see that they're going back 10 yards from where they were.
That's going to be well, we'll give him a hold. So this is 1st and 22, a bunch with 3:14 remaining. Bears need forward progress, forward momentum, not backwards.
Why is it 1st and 22, though? Isn't holding just straight 10 yards? It was
It
behind
should
the
be
line.
Yeah, well, it was behind the line.
It wasn't from the spot in that.
Shepard.
I mean, you do the holding from the spot if
Right.
it's down the field, not like that. I don't.
We're trying to guess here. You're not.
That should have been 1st and 20. They put 12 yards back. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong, but.
Let's see what they go.
Now
here.
the refs are telling Delta to take a kid out. They're yelling at a Bryan player and making him leave as well. They made, I think Corbin Shepard, the refs made him leave. They made one of the Delta guys leave as well for, I don't know.
That was Max Hoffman they made leave. So Mikey Wolf is now in the backfield. Let's see what happens here. Wasson has one by him. Wolf, Mikey has it. No, Wasson has it, and he will get up for about 4 yards.
Yeah, Joey Phillips is in at left guard. He tried to pull him around left to right as well to lead up through. And good job there by Delta coming through, sent a blitz.
Delta's going to call their last timeout. The timeout being brought to you by IBEW Local 8. We'll take it with them. 2:19 remaining, fourth quarter. Bryan 14, Delta 3 on the main stop scoreboard. You're watching Golden Bear football on the Golden Bear Sports Network, presented by BMU.
As the baby boomer generation tires of traditional send-offs, funerals are becoming increasingly more personalized. People are pre-planning their own remembrance gathering. Pre-planning is easy and will pay off both emotionally and financially for you and your family. Plus allows you more control over your last hurrah. At Krill Funeral Service, we're not just funeral directors. We are experts at helping hearts heal.
My goal is a bachelor's degree, and I am starting at Northwest State. I get a great education and save thousands on tuition.
All roads begin at Northwest State. Visit northweststate.edu today.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, 2:19 remaining, 3rd and 19 for the Bears, trying to close this one out against Delta. Trips here on the near side, one wide out on the far side. Handoff, Wolf. Wolf will go forward and pick up about 2 more. Wolf is in. Oh, that was Shepard. Okay.
Yeah, he's back in. They sent him and another player to the sideline. I don't know if they were scuffling or what. I don't get it, but just to kind of run out the clock play, they're going to come in and punt on 4th and 17.
All right, so the Bears will punt here.
It's going to be quick and just get it away. Otherwise, with a minute and a half to go, it's going to be hard to score twice. So just get it away, no mistakes.
And what do we got? We're going to get a timeout by the Golden Bears. This one will take. Timeout on the field being brought to you by IBEW Local 8. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, punt is away. Catch is made at the 35-yard line. And DJ Davis is going nowhere.
Yeah, Delta said everybody, you got to try and block it in that situation. Obviously, good job, good snap, and good job by Titus Rohr to get rid of it. And now, no big plays, no penalties. Going to be pretty tough for Delta to come back down 11 with a minute 23.
Well, they will have it at their own 40-yard line when we resume play, with a minute 23 remaining.
I think the last 5 minutes has taken longer than the first half.
Absolutely it has.
Very slow pace.
Absolutely it has. It's 1st and 10, ball at the 40, minute 23 to go here. Bryan leads Delta 14-3. Thanks so much for joining us. Whether you're watching on TV, watching on the internet, listening on the radio, or watching at the Bryan Theater or any of the other establishments, thanks so much. Glad we're able to bring you this game. And that is an incomplete pass. That was trying to go to DJ Davis, and he just underthrew the ball, it looked like.
Yeah, it was a 9 route going down the field, and it just didn't come off his hand right. It was really kind of flopping in the wind when it came down. It actually was almost caught. It was so short that the receiver came back. Brian defender didn't see it and could have easily caught it. Went through his hands, luckily for Brian.
All right, that'll make it 2nd and 10. The clock stops on the incompletion. All right, Delta has it here. Looking to pass again. Through the middle, tipped. And that was Carter Brown that got in there and tipped that one away.
Yeah, good job. Brian sending 4 guys up front, dropping 7 in zone coverage, which looks like a more traditional look that they've done over the years with Coach Redhead. And nice job staying disciplined there. Christian Hollister, again, is in the backfield. And, boy, we've said his name a lot over the last 2 weeks. He has been really probably the MVP on the defense for Brian.
All right, here we go, 3rd and 10 now.
Titus Roars also played a lot more D tonight.
Looking to throw again, and this time the quarterback's going to be sacked.
Surprise, surprise, guess who it was. 78 gets through. They're doing. Brian done a nice job, coaching staff, designing what they did. They put him over top of Perry, number 50, who's much smaller, and he's really, I tell you what, Hollister's good technique-wise, and he's big, but he gets off quick, man, and he's hungry and physical.
Absolutely. So this will be 4th and 15. They're going to have 1 back in the backfield, 3 wideouts on the right-hand side here, 39 seconds. Throw. Catch is made for the first down, and the quarterback was hit, and now a late flag is coming in. So they're going to get the first down and then more. So that's going to be a pickup of 12, or no, sorry, 17.
I think it looked like Nick Harold, defensive lineman, got through. He made that hit right as the ball was getting released. You can't say it was a late hit.
I wonder if he said something afterwards.
I don't know if they're saying he drove him into the ground or what. It was not a late hit. I'm not sure, but that was a nice throw. Just every time you see zone coverage, a lot of the seam routes are good to run against that, and they ran that straight up through on the hash mark. Good throw and catch. And I'm not sure he's still talking. The guy's still talking, whoever the ref is, after he threw the flag. It couldn't have been a late hit unless he's just saying he drove him into the ground. I don't know. He can't do that anymore like he did in the old days.
Let's see what they come up with here. They're still chatting. They're going to march him down, so I think that's going to be a – I didn't see a signal. Now we're going to have unsportsmanlike. Nope, that's going to be – what is that?
Said unsportsmanlike, so yeah, I don't know if something was said
Maybe
or what
said
happened.
Something. That's going to be another penalty for Brian. That'll be a 15. But Delta has 32 seconds. They have 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line.
They're on the 31 of Brian.
Yeah,
I mean,
Brian's
they're coming
early.
in. If they did this last drive, which they almost did, would have been a different story.
2 backs on either side of the quarterback. He's looking to throw. He throws across the middle. That's a pick. That is going to be Jalen Damron. He's going 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and he gets all the way down to the 45-yard line. So that drive will end with an interception, and that is a great move. That's the second time that Damron has picked off.
I think it's his 3rd, isn't it?
Well, it's his second one this half.
Yeah, he's had 3 picks tonight. That time was a little slant route by Delta. He was playing behind it, playing it safe, and it was thrown way in front of the receiver. Great job tonight, Jalen Damron, staying aware and being disciplined. He's made some nice catches. Ran 1 back for a touchdown and 2 other picks as well to go with it.
And we're going to get a timeout, Brian. Don't know why. But timeout, Brian. It's for IBEW Local 8. This time out on the field brought to you by IBEW Local 8 since 1891. They've been the leader of the electrical construction industry in Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan. Going to take a quick one with them on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Relationships, expertise, value, and a great insurance experience has been at the heart of the Walters & Peck Agency and Andrews O'Neill & Lowe since the beginning. With these values, we come together as one team, strengthening our commitment to protect and invest in you and the communities we serve. Together, you can expect the same welcoming faces, high level of service, and new competitive options. Let us show you our best work by calling us or connecting with us on social media.
This is Yasha Cheverini. He is a master jeweler. If you need jewelry repaired or a beautiful handcrafted piece of jewelry for that special occasion, you need to stop by and talk to Yash at Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, 14-3 Brian leads with 17 seconds, and that's going to be a kneel down. And this should do it. This should do it for the Golden Bears, and they go victorious, defeating the Delta Panthers by a score of 14-3 on the main stop scoreboard. So Delta now moves to 1-1 on the season. The Bryan Golden Bears do the same thing, and we are going to take a timeout. When we come back, we will head into the BMU Cable and High Speed Internet postgame show after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU.
It has certainly not been a normal summer here at Bryan Ford Lincoln, but we've adapted and we look forward to even better times ahead. The 2021s are arriving, and that means exciting new vehicles like the new family of Ford Broncos and the all-electric Mustang Mach-E. While they're not in stock yet, we have all the details and can help you pre-order one today. If a new Ford or Lincoln or any pre-owned vehicle are in your summer plans, stop by and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln.
Are you interested in a bachelor's degree? Did you know you can get your start at Northwest State, save thousands on tuition, and get your credits transferred to the four-year school of your choice? For more information on the NSCC Bachelor's Bound Pathway, contact our advising center today or stop by. All roads begin at Northwest State.
Are you looking for a mechanic that really knows how to repair both foreign and domestic vehicles? Let me recommend Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions. Dave has spent the last 25 years diagnosing and repairing all makes and models of vehicles in Northwest Ohio. And he's now teamed up with Jason Dietz on State Route 6 just east of Edgerton. So if you're looking for a mechanic that can fix the problem that your last mechanic couldn't, think of Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions. As the baby boomer generation tires of traditional send-offs, funerals are becoming increasingly more personalized. People are pre-planning their own remembrance gathering. Pre-planning is easy and will pay off both emotionally and financially for you and your family. Plus allows you more control over your last hurrah. At Krill Funeral Service, we're not just funeral directors. We are experts at helping hearts heal.
Impede Intraseal is a better way to make concrete. It's added to your concrete permanently at the Ready Mix plant that begins protecting your concrete on day one. Impede Intraseal forms a powerful barrier that repels water from all sides, because water can wreak havoc on unprotected concrete when temperatures drop and the freeze-thaw cycle begins. Ask for Impede Intraseal concrete to protect your investment and never seal again. Go to neversealagain.com to find a producer near you.
Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network, Bryan victorious over Delta by a score of 14-3 on the main stop scoreboard. We are in the BMU Cable and High Speed Internet post-game show. Chris Malenga, Brandon Fisher, and Fish, your thoughts on this one?
I think there's some guys defensively that look really good tonight. One of them won't show up a lot on stats is Brevin Dekrosh. He made a lot of plays, turning guys into his buddies on defense, not letting them get the outside, and Delta really couldn't get to the outside at all, and that was an excellent job by him tonight, just being in the right spot. Big-time game again, Christian Hollister. Getting in the backfield, he's just a big-time problem for anybody he's going against, and he is physical, he's quick, and he's fun to watch up front. And then Jalen Damron, 3 interceptions by himself tonight off a couple of bad throws and one that was on the money, and he made the play anyway, and he ran one back for a touchdown when the offense was really scuffling to put them up 14-3. So those guys defensively had a great night. And I tell you what, it's one of those that it might not be the prettiest thing there was, but it's good to get a win under your belt and get some confidence and move on and get ready for next week.
Absolutely. So the scoring went like this. Bryan scored in the second and fourth quarter, and Delta just scored in the second quarter. Bryan's came on a Kepler 84-yard touchdown reception, more like an 11-yard reception with about 73 yards of running. Point after was good for Brown, making it 7-3. Before that, Kohlhofer had a 32-yard field goal to give them the 3-0 early lead. And then, as you mentioned, a 30-yard interception for a touchdown with 7 minutes remaining by Jay Damron. That kind of sealed the deal to make it 14-3. And thanks so much here for all of you on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Let's take a look at some statistics. First off, can't talk right now. Bryan had 5 first downs, 4 by the rush, 1 by the penalty. Delta with 10 first downs, 3 by the rush, 4 by the pass, 3 by the penalty. Bryan carried the ball 25 times for 44 yards. Delta 33 times for 62 yards. Both teams less than 2 yards average of carry. Bryan Wasson was 9 of 18 for 50%, 111 yards. He averaged 12.3 yards per reception. He had 1 interception, 1 touchdown. Meanwhile, Delta 6 of 14 for 83 yards. That's a 43% completion and a 13.8 average. They had 3 interceptions. Bryan had 155 total yards to Delta's 145 total yards. The total plays, Bryan ran 42 plays in 20 minutes and 4 seconds, and Delta ran 48 plays in 27 minutes and 56 seconds. So they definitely did have the time of possession average. Bryan was penalized 8 times for 80 yards, Delta 4 times for 29 yards, and definitely a big time penalties were killer, especially when they happened in the game.
Well, Delta didn't have a lot, but the ones they did, he actually killed their drives. They had a few 3rd and 1s where they got some false start penalties, set them back, and with an offense like theirs, it's ground and pound, 3 yards, cloud of dust. It's hard to do and convert anything like that. So I tell you what, the Bryan penalties are going to have to be cleaned up going against the next 2 opponents. We've got LC and PH coming in to Bryan. It's going to be good to go home. Been on the road the first couple games. That'll be nice, a little bit more comfortable for everybody, but got to get the penalties cleaned up. And one thing that was kind of glaring tonight, a lot of snap issues. Trying to get the snap at the mesh point with some handoffs and things were troublesome at times as well. So those things will get cleaned up. Like we said, there's going to be some growing pains with a lot of new guys in spots, and there were some changes up front. There's a few other guys that are going both ways now for Bryan. Carter Brown was a name, and Christian Hollister, a few of those guys tonight. Yeah, absolutely. Let's take it some individual statistics. Shepard had 13 carries for 51 yards, a long of 26. Wasson had 11 carries for minus 18. Of course, a lot of negative sacks there in the second half as Delta did a much better job on him. And again, for receiving, Rohrer caught 2 balls for 7 yards. Shaw 1 ball for 7 yards. Kepler 3 for 90. Martinez 1 for 6. Damron 1 for 1. And Shepard 1 for 0. That's the Bryan stats. On the Delta side, our guy, Josh Tresnan-Regan, he had 20 carries for 55 yards. His long was only 6. Davis, 4 carries, 14 yards, a long of 11. Hoffman had 4 carries for minus 6, as did Rupel. Cook had 1 carry for 5 yards. Rupel was 6 of 13, and Davis was 0 of 1. The receptions went to Knapp, 3 receptions for 62 yards. He was really their go-to guy. Davis had 1 reception for 18, and Cook 2 for 8. Going to take a timeout here as we are in the Bryan Municipal Utilities Cable and High-Speed Internet postgame show. We are going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap things up and preview the next game after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger is a great group of experts with a common goal: to serve the legal needs of this area with the greatest degree of integrity and excellence. Along with that, they respect and support the athletes in tonight's game for their determination and teamwork. An attorney's relationship with their client is like the one between a coach and their player, a position of trust. Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger are proud supporters of all the athletes and wish them continued success always.
I'm Paul Rohrig at the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio. We know it's not easy to select a memorial in a time of sorrow, so we invite you to visit us as part of your pre-planning.
I'm Sally Jo Metzger. There's no high pressure, and by talking to us now, there's no stress. Just good information for you to make your choice.
At Fackler Monument, we feature the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area with a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes.
The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio. Check us out online at facklermonument.com.
As we enjoy football this fall, we're reminded that winter isn't that far away. Now's the time to get your furnace checked out, and you can do that with confidence by calling Starks Plumbing and Heating Services. Take advantage of $25 off on the fall furnace tune-up. Also, if you're looking to purchase a new Lennox system, ask about an offer of up to a $1,350 rebate or 6 months no payments on qualifying Lennox equipment purchased between September 7th and November 27th. For all of your heating and plumbing needs year-round, call Starks Plumbing and Heating Services today, 1-800-329-40.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, Chris Malanga, Brandon Fisher. Let's take a look at some scores from around the region real quick. Napoleon defeats Springfield 49-21. It is let's see if we can find any of our NWAL scores. Archbold beats Liberty Center 42-35. Patrick Henry beats Evergreen 51-7. Patrick Henry is our team next week that we'll be facing. Wauseon beats Swanton 41-0. Defiance loses to Van Wert 56-20. Wayne Trace over Ayersville 16-12. It sounds like a couple of extra points missed there. Eden, the Bombers beat the Cadets of Hilltop 61-6. Tenora defeats Edgerton 24-0. Let's see if there's anybody else in our area that we want to worry about here. Fairview beats Hicksville 50-7. And is there anybody else we're missing? Oh, Stryker loses to Danbury 58-12. That's pretty much the NWOAL and the Williams County teams that we worry about. All the scores can be found, by the way, from the games around the region by going to bryansports.com. Right below where the video is, the area high school sports scoreboard powered by ScoreStream is right there. So we get to take on PH next week, and as we heard, they beat Evergreen. Of course, that's not too difficult to do. Evergreen is now 0-2 on the season. But what does PH do for you when they come to town?
Well, traditionally, they lost a lot from last year, but with Coach Inselman there, they're going to be tough, man. They always are. They don't have a lot of numbers. It never seems to matter. They come up, they're going to be really physical up front. They've had kids in the past that are really good at that without a lot of size. So, they're going to be the same style they always are with Coach I there, and you're going to have to try and win up front. If you can't win it up front, it's going to be a battle. And we've heard they're pretty darn good again, and just like you always expect. He just keeps bringing them in and keeps training them and keeps them going. And you're going to have to be really, really tough when you face the PH team. Well,
Bears had a pretty solid game tonight. Couple things to work on for next week.
Yeah, obviously the penalties has got to get cleaned up. You're playing a much better team next week, and Patrick Henry, we got to get that picked up a little bit. The O-line got changed, shuffled around tonight. I think they learned a lot. They moved some guys in some different spots. The pocket looked a little cleaner at times later in the game when they did that. I think they'll try and stick with that. The only issue is you got a lot of guys going both ways now. Yep. Fatigue comes into play, where it's going to affect other sides of the ball now too. So they got to try and shore that up, get some snaps better, and other than that, there's been some times where they're trying to target Titus Rohr. He hasn't got a lot of looks yet. He's a guy that you really want to get back into the game plan, and you could tell the offense was humming a little bit when they got Shepard open. He really, that running game, when they get that going, I think we only had 40-some yards tonight. Yep. They get that going, it'll open up a lot of things, and it'll give them a little bit more confidence. He's got to get him some more time back there to throw the ball.
All right, want to thank our sponsors bring you the game tonight. Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Bryan Ford Lincoln, Northwest State Community College, Jason Deach Collision and Custom, Krill Funeral Service, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, BMU Cable and High Speed Internet, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, the Bryan Theater, St. Patrick Church, Eliane's Boutique, the Mad Ox Men's Emporium, the Diamond and Gold Outlet, Premier Concrete Admixtures, and Veteran Services of Williams County. Also want to thank our broadcast crew bringing you the game tonight, our director Eric Herman, production assistants Chris KB Bryson, Tony Malanga, camera Shar Miller and Parker Rosebrook. And by the way, Parker, happy birthday this past week. He had a birthday this past week. Also want to thank our athletics department at BHS, Chad Savage and Teresa Kuzma. The athletic department here, Drew Hange and his entire staff, very welcoming tonight. Want to thank our BHS art department, Matt Neff and Stephanie Ponzak, and of course the fine folks at WQCT Radio. Order your DVD of this or any other broadcast by calling 419-633-6137. Visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net and bryansports.com. Final thoughts before we send it home.
Night to Sophie, Charlotte, and Ben. I'm glad they were watching. They loved it. And also, I think there were some positive things defensively here tonight. I know Delta's not great at passing the ball. It's going to be a little bit more diverse of a look you're going to get the next 2 weeks. But the defensive line can keep playing as hard as they are and get guys mixing in and out, get some breathers. They can still stop some teams.
All right, so one final time, this has been a production of BMU Video. This broadcast is copyrighted by BMU and the Board of Public Affairs. For the private use of our audience, any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game without BMU's consent, is prohibited. One final time from Delta, it is Bryan 14, Delta 3 on the main stop scoreboard. For Brandon Fisher and the entire crew, I'm Chris Malenga. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great Labor Day weekend and have a good night, everybody.